Sleepy town settled for the night, where every lawn is tailored just right. And it's about time that the back porch light comes on. At that house down the street, at that house on Magnolia Street. Here we go.
Hi.
I'm tired.
Are you tired? Why? What'd you do?
Tired. I was up late working on things.
Awesome.
I finished our first round of copyrights.
Oh.
So our demos are submitted. Now I'm moving on to the actual album release.
That makes it so real.
Mm-hmm.
Not that us being in the studio did not make it real, but oh my
Yeah.
God, every little step is like,
I know, it's so much work.
and we are, oh, you having your coffee. Cheers,
Yeah.
big ears. We haven't had a cheers in a minute.
Ching, ching, ching. I'm drinking out of my Weirdo's cup today.
I like that.
Yeah, I also cleaned my cat lover mug, but it's pink, and I figure that might be too much pink. So I'm wearing pink
With your room and your shirt.
in my pink room. I'm just a pink girl in a pink world.
You gotta embrace it.
I love it. Anyway.
Okay, we're ready.
Ready
Right?
to get the show on the road today. Did you read the rework that I did on the fanfic?
I skimmed it. I hearted it. Looks good.
All right.
I just feel bad. I know I've left like not great reviews
Yeah.
before, and if somebody called me out and then like hexed me, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" We can hex privately.
What's the words? Sagittarius. Okay. Claws. You said claws come out. I'm savage. I can be savage. Don't come for me. Don't come for my friends, because I will put you on blast and not feel bad about it.
I know. Little no confrontation me is like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, even if they stab me in the back. And you're like sharpening your knives over there.
I'm like, try it, bitch. See the wrath. Yeah. But it's fine. Yeah. No, I figure we could put a more positive spin on it. That's fine.
I like that.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, witch, hey.
Hey, witch, hey. I'm Justina.
I'm Christina.
And welcome to Magnolia Street, your one and only musically inspired practical magic fandom podcast.
Every week we deep dive on different aspects of the movie and the books, as well as treat your ears to our very own practical magic inspired original music.
Yeah. This week we're doing something a little bit different.
What are we doing?
Well, do you remember a couple weeks ago we got a hater in our Spotify comments?
I do. That was in the middle of my vacation, so I didn't look, but you filled me in after, right?
Yeah. We discussed this hater comment on our most recent song-isode, episode 117, Midnight Margarita song-isode number 12, and this is what we had to say about it, so let's take a listen. Yeah.
I see you added moss.
Yeah, I added a lot more. I took out the hater comment because I want to give that its own episode.
We should. Yeah. It'll be a nice little...
I think that deserves its own spotlight.
I don't know if that's our first hater one. We had a bad one and then they deleted it. Do you remember that?
I think so. I don't remember what it said.
Because we were like, oh my God, we've made it.
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
Remember when you were on vacation last weekend and I messaged you and I was like, did you delete a comment? Because I can't see it anymore. Like I went...
Oh, no. Yeah. Like I remember that.
It showed up on my notifications on the front of my phone. And then when I went to swipe to go look at it, it disappeared. It was gone. I don't know where it went. And then I went into the Spotify for Podcasters dashboard to try to find new comments. And it was like, all your new comments are published. Everything's, I was like, all right, well, where did it go? Did they delete it?
Right, I saw you do a test one.
Yeah,
that
I was like,
never pop up on my phone.
Right, and then Alex Clark commented something, and then it did the same thing for her. And I was like, well, her comment's definitely there, so maybe the comment is still there. Maybe I just need to go back and go back to the beginning and look through from there. And sure enough, it was on the very first episode.
That's so funny. I think, okay, we can take this little chunk and put it in the other episode, but like the way, because I saw what you kind of wrote back and I was like, oh my God, she's my ride or die. Like if anybody comes at me even just a little bit, Sagittarius claws come out.
So
I saw this about what you were trying to relay to this person.
I saw this meme like yesterday and I was like, is that not me? It was like me after the slightest sign of disrespect and it's a troll doll dressed as the devil.
That's you. Oh my God. Exactly. Oh,
Like,
you want
don't
to
come
fucking
for
say
me.
something about my friend? I'll fuck you up. That's you.
Don't come for me. Or my friends.
I'm so
I
glad you saw it because if I had not seen what your take on it was, I probably would have let that simmer. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that kind of sucks.
That's why I didn't tell you what it said right away because it was like, oh shit, they're talking shit about Geminis. I think I'll take this one. I'll take this one.
Thanks. I love you.
But yeah, I was dying. I was like, oh my God, how can we spin this so that, like, you don't just like get to talk shit about our very first episode. We know that was a rough one, okay?
We have said multiple times, don't start there. Start there, but at your own discretion. Understand
Yeah,
it's not going to be perfect.
exactly. I mean, we'll talk about that when we're ready to talk about it, but
Mhm.
I just had to
Yeah, those
throw that out
goals.
there. So, yeah, I think today, after mulling this over for a little bit and how we're going to approach this, I think we're finally ready to talk about that. Christina, what do you think?
Yeah, I think what we have turned out really fun because I take criticism very seriously because I want to be the best, you
Mhm.
know? I
Yeah.
want what, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. And there's this person did not have to comment anything at all, which
No.
is the thing, but they did anyway.
But they didn't just comment, they came for Geminis.
I know.
They made
Oh,
it
shit.
personal. So,
Yeah.
we're not just going to let that go unnoticed. So I guess the best place to start is to fill our listeners in on the actual comment. Okay?
Mhm.
So again, this is from our episode. Oh, yeah, the episode that they commented on was our very first episode.
Mhm.
Okay?
We
So
know it's
go
rough.
so going all the way back to the beginning, episode 1, Welcome to Magnolia Street, Meet the Stinas. This comment comes from a Mr. Aaron Wilkins. Christina, is this your husband trolling us? Aaron, what's
He
going on?
wishes he knew how to use reviews and the internet.
Yeah. And the comment itself, it says, crazy annoying hosts. Oh, I'm a Gemini and like nobody wants to listen to me. Then prattle on for an hour plus about you and how much you love practical magic without actually really discussing practical magic at all.
Does he have a crush? Is he crushing a little bit?
Well,
Firstly, I love the word prattle.
yeah.
And toozle, have you ever heard of like toozle in your hair? Prattle is such a good word. He's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong. Because we fucking love practical magic. But y'all, like, we've made it. We fucking officially made it because we have our very first hater comment.
Isn't that what Lori said in our Wisteria Vine? She's like, you girls know you must be doing something right if you're pissing people
These
off.
are positive ma auntie energy, right?
That's right. Yeah. But we're not real until someone calls us crazy annoying, right? Honestly, I feel seen. So thank you, internet stranger.
Yeah, thank you. You could read it two ways. You could read like crazy annoying hosts or like sarcastically, like we think we're crazy annoying, like crazy annoying hosts, like,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Either way, but this one's from a listener who graced us on our very first episode with their scathing insight.
Listen, if you made it through an hour plus of us talking about ourselves and still didn't tap out, that's on you, dude.
Yeah, really. Within the first 10 minutes, you didn't get that? All
Right?
right, whatever. But it's the Gemini stamina, and we salute you for keeping on going. Also, let's be honest, if you don't want to hear us gush about how practical magic changed our lives and meet our familiars and giggle over Justina's not being French and her blog parties and everything else, just don't click on the episode called Meet the Stinas, you
Yeah,
know?
it's literally an intro episode. It's like walking into like a new garden and then being pissed that there aren't any flowers there yet, you
Yeah,
know?
walking in like February and you're like, what the fuck? Where are the flowers?
Right, exactly.
Not to mention, like, we're on episode, this is 119.
Is this? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we're
that's
in
over.
season 3.
I did ask ChatGPT, like, how do you tally up the hours of a podcast? And it gave me some options, and I'm not going to sit there and tallying up all of them up. There's way, way more than 100 hours of deeply researched book and movie, discussion. We dissect the folklore. So maybe, I don't know, try episode, anything else, 2, 3, 4, 5, 112, whatever.
Or don't either, you know that too. Maybe this podcast isn't for you, and that's fine. We know we're not for everyone. And being a public voice, having a platform, you're bound to run into, a few people now and then that don't like what you're doing, and that is fine. We're for the weirdos. the romantics, the practical, and the magical. The witches who mouth every single word to this movie, right down to the Latin incantation that can literally exorcise Gillian's diamonds. This podcast is for the listener that wants to get cozy and go on a little bit of a journey with their hosts. And that's what I love about this community that we've cultivated here on Magnolia Street. We're still here for the listeners who have been with us since episode 1 and know every single inside joke, every single fan fiction masterpiece, and every single Billy Zane reference.
Right. It's like sticking with a book past the 10 pages in. Like, stick with it. Just give it like 100 pages, 100 episodes, whatever.
Yeah.
And see where it takes you. Because even recording, I was not in the mindset of like, hey, let's go down this rabbit hole. I was like, let's stick to the program.
Yeah.
That has changed so much in the last 119 episodes, whatever, right? It just takes a little, you gotta get used to the flavor of a Sag Gemini combo.
Yeah,
It's on the secret menu.
It's a wild ride. It's a mixed bag, right? We've gone on several different side quests and tangents with our WMSR and like all that other stuff. So it's been fun. But yeah, I really have to hand it to the people that did stick with us past those first few rough episodes. We were trying to find our voice. We were trying to find our flow, our format. We really didn't have a format at that point, right? We were just kind of like winging it. We had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Exactly.
Our sound was shit.
Yeah.
So we kind of upgraded our sound within, I don't know, I remember it was like episode 4 or 5. Like it was a few episodes before we were able to get our sound shit together.
Even in like episode 20, something like that, I was still playing around with like, maybe this will help. Maybe my curtain will help. Maybe like putting rugs on the floor. I don't know.
It was a lot of trial and error, but thanks to everybody who stuck around and made it this far.
But if you want to stay, hater, welcome. Pull up a chair, grab a brownie. You're part of the story now.
And you know what that calls for, right, Christina?
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Is this our first hater-inspired fanfiction?
Bet you know it! All right, so this was a lot of fun.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little bit of a turning negative comments into inspiration. The search for Inspirato.
Yes.
Remember that episode, that Tenacious D episode on their HBO show? Did you
that.
watch that show?
Yeah, a long time ago. I wanted to put some of our lyrics into Suno, but have it do it in like a Tenacious D style at some point. I don't know if it can do that, but I want to try.
All right. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So here is, I don't know, what's a good title for this?
I like the search for Inspirato. That's fine. A spell for Inspirato.
The hater transformation spell, turning negative comments into inspiration. So here we go. Set the scene here. It began on a Tuesday. Hey, today, right? Today's Tuesday, which, as every witch knows, is the worst day to cross a Gemini. It was also the most efficient day for 2 Virgo risings, as this was their scheduled recording day and it would be conveniently convening to take care of their usual podcast business. Christina had just finished restocking the spell cabinet with glitter, rose quartz, and ethically sourced sass. Justina was lounging with Coraline in her lap, Punky was whining in the background, and she was strumming her ukulele, sipping lavender lemonade, and quietly plotting how to fit more Stevie Nicks lyrics into casual conversation.
Are we living together in this fanfiction?
We might be.
Cool.
Then, the notification came. 1 comment, 3 red flags, infinite rage. Christina read it aloud, slow and deadpan.
Crazy annoying hosts. Oh, I'm a Gemini, and like nobody wants to listen to me. Then prattle on for an hour plus about how much you love practical magic without actually really discussing practical magic at all.
The room went silent. The cats hissed. The candles flickered. The brownies in the oven deflated. Justina lowered her ukulele. Christina, I think we need to call him. In the corner of the room stood a full-length Art Deco mirror framed in obsidian. Not just a mirror, a portal. It's the one they only used in times of extreme hateration. Christina lit the black flame candle and flipped through the toad skin bound grimoire.
It's okay because I'm not a virgin. But I said, I found it.
I found it. What did you find?
The spell to summon Billy Zane.
The bringer of velvet chaos and questionable nautical decisions. I don't know.
Velvet chaos.
I love that.
His aura is purple.
It is. It's purple and glittery. So, okay, so here we go. This is the spell to summon Billy Zane. By moonlit glare and villain smirk, by midnight cloak and leather work, by eyebrows sharp and absinthe vein, we call the fourth Lord Billy Zane.
Lord Billy Zane!
Lord Billy Zane! Not of mummy fame, we know that's wrong. That's Brendan Fraser, bless his biceps strong. But you, O Zane, of boat-bound blunders, of sinking ships and social thunders, Caledon of diamond spite, we summon you on this cursed night. Step through the glass, you time-warp king, with velvet cloak and vengeance ring. Deliver us from trolls and fools, with smolder sass and dramatic rules. By Zorro's cousin and demon knight's flame, appear, appear, Sir Billy Zane! Also, please bring snacks. The mirror rippled. Hey!
Whoa! Billy.
Coraline's like,
He comes
fuck
in
off, Punky.
from a Cats musical, like,
Perfect timing, Coraline. The mirror rippled. A breeze swept through the room, smelling faintly of oak moss and forbidden cologne. The mirror in the corner rippled like water. Lightning cracked across the suddenly moonless sky, and from the depths of the other world emerged Billy Zane! Shirt half buttoned, wearing a velvet cloak, because he's the velvet bringer of chaos, and leather gloves for absolutely no reason. Did someone receive a low vibration opinion? I heard someone's been talking shit, he said, swirling a goblet of absinthe that wasn't there 2 seconds ago. Justina said, as always, you arrive on time, fashionably. Justina handed him a scroll, the Spotify comment oozing in a black tar-like gunk. Ugh, Billy muttered, sniffing the scroll like it was a spoiled perfume. Textbook internet troll. Weak aura. Overcompensating with a SoundCloud account. Christina and Justina nodded gravely. Billy said, do you want me to summon Kylie's chickenpox curse?
No, we're not hexing Billy, no.
No, we're not. Oh, this is me. Yeah, we don't want to hurt our hater. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. We just want to turn his hurtful words into something that we can use in a more positive way, something more productive. Billy Zane, hand over his heart. Ah, yes. This time I offer transformation. He flips through his leather-bound pocket grimoire, ideal for time traveling, various different dimensions via time portal, and he stopped at a page that caught his attention. Ah, I found the perfect one. The Garden of Commentary spell. Billy reached into his velvet satchel, because obviously, and pulled out a trowel made of moonstone and Mercury retrograde resilience.
Oh.
Billy says, you've got a garden, don't you? Let's plan something useful. He motioned toward the back garden of the studio. I like we have a garden in the back of our studio.
That's sweet.
That's so clutch. Half rosemary hedge, half wild cosmos, and in the center, a newly tilled bed surrounded by candlelight and microphones.
That is so magical. Oh my gracious.
Love that.
Okay.
So Christina reads the scroll that he handed to her.
For every word meant to wound, we plant, we root, we harvest soon. Transmute the sting, uplift the tone. No hate can thrive in seeds we've sown.
And Justina continues, smiling. What trolls intend as petty spite shall compost into sound bites bright. For every jab, a clever bit. For every sneer, a show's new skit. And they chanted together, whining their voices through lavender stems and rosemary sprigs. Billy Zane poured the printed comment into the soil-like mulch. He snapped his fingers, and it transformed from the tar-like ooze into a cloud of glitter and stardust. A zinnia burst forth, blooming with faint pink audio waveforms on its petals. Billy Zane says, congratulations, every hateful comment from now on.
Fertilizer.
For content.
Yeah.
Every backhanded comment becomes a podcast segment. Every you talk too much becomes a themed episode on reclaiming your voice. Every ugh Geminis becomes a 2-part astrological deep dive. So have fun with that, hater. Have fun listening to all that content. And if ever the energy feels heavier than you can compost, he handed them a small garden bell, forged from silver and sass. Billy Zane says, ring this, and I'll come pull your weeds. And the garden, it keeps growing and growing, cosmos shaped like quotation marks, time that giggles when watered, and a tiny stone plaque that reads, planted by Billy Zane, grown by the Stinas, harvested with love and pettiness.
I love that so much. I want a garden bell. That's so powerful. I love that.
How cute. So
I have a whole Zinnia and Cosmo section also, and it would be perfect there. I want a little Billy Zane flag.
that comes with our action figures.
Yes. I love that. That was great.
Yeah, so just turning the negative comments into something we can, use and fuel our creativity.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
We needed that.
Yeah. I hope he realizes how much of a powerful force he's been here on Magnolia Street.
He had a really cute picture of him just holding flowers, I think, for Mother's Day, and I was going to repost it, and it was just so cute. I didn't repost it because I said whoever is going to see this will see it. They need to follow him separately. But I didn't post it. I don't know why.
But that's so funny because like our hater, Billy has also been with us since episode 1, so
that's true. Whether or not the hater is still with us, we have no idea. But Billy,
listen, Billy stuck around.
Yeah,
he's here for the long haul.
Be like Billy.
We love Billy here.
BLB.
So just like that, the stranger who stumbled in with a sneer, unaware of the magic that they awakened, became part of the story. Not as a villain, not as a hero, but a spark, a footnote, a lesson, a cursed turned catalyst. You see, on Magnolia Street, even a whisper of mockery feeds our fire. Because we got the Sagittarius fire and the Gemini air just flaming that fire. Yeah. So come at us some more. And I'm sure we'll have a whole other fan fiction for you. Every fire lights a lantern and every lantern leads to a story.
Yeah, you're part of our story now.
Yeah. So you might as well make it interesting, right?
Exactly. So I guess you could say thanks to our hater because we got the idea for this entire episode.
That's right. If you're going to have haters, might as well put them to good use to inspire some additional content. A little later on, we're actually going to revisit our very first 1-star hater-rated episode ever. Our episode 1, Welcome to Magnolia Street, Meet the Stinas. And well, if our hater can roast that episode, so can we. So we're gonna do it even better probably, and we're gonna do that a little later on, right?
Exactly, yes.
Absolutely. But before we get to that, today we're diving into Magnolia Street canon and the practical magic universe, one chaotic tangent at a time. And bring on the haterade because today we're throwing hands. Okay?
What is the song? Is it like a Missy Elliott song? Hateration, holleration.
Who? That's Mary J. Blige, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all I keep hearing.
All the hateration and holleration today.
Yeah. No one's safe. Not even the Owens family. Not the side characters. Not even us.
Not even us. You thought we love these characters? I mean, we do. And that's why we're about to drag them harder than Sally and Gillian dragging Jimmy's body through that garden.
That's right. Yeah, we're calling this one The Great Owens Roast, with a side of Stinas on Stinas violence. So before we light the proverbial bonfire and toss everybody's dignity into it, let's start by roasting each other, shall we?
Oh, gladly. You want to go first?
Okay. So Justina's idea of a spell jar is a 32-ounce iced coffee with a single rosemary sprig taped to it. Not even fucking washed rosemary sprig.
Listen, it's not iced today. It's hot, but I do come caffeinated.
The tea is hot.
I always come caffeinated. Okay. Bold words coming from a woman whose idea of rebellion is wearing leather pants under her church robe.
Guilty. Fucking guilty. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Honestly, between the two of us, we have the witchcraft skills of like a half-baked Pinterest board and a bottle of top shelf, quote, top shelf, powder margarita mix from Home Goods. Yes.
Without the tequila in it. It's just the powder.
Just the powder. We're just eating that shit like Fun Dip. Remember that?
Oh my god. Still 90% more effective than Jimmy Angelo's game.
Yeah. Christina's, okay, listen to this one. I got a good one, okay? Christina's idea of earth magic is streaking outside for 2 minutes in her New Balances before running back inside to scroll TikTok to see if it still counts as skyclad magic.
I don't even think it was 2 minutes, to be honest.
Like
but
30 seconds.
Yeah. Justina's witchcraft practice is 50% aesthetic altar setups and 50% naming her blog something French she can't even pronounce.
Listen.
La magique.
La magique. I suck at French, okay? But Latin, come at me, bro. I somehow get stuck reading all the Latin that you don't want to read.
I swear it looks like it was just invented to mess up people with dyslexia. There's way too many letters.
Yeah, which is why Christina conveniently forgets how to read when the Latin paragraphs pop up. And I'm honestly fine with that because if she were left to her own devices, she would summon all the
You are really good. I know this is a roast, but fucking you're really good at the Latin, the Spanish. Your Dutch needs a little work though. So
My French is atrocious. I was listening to our daguerreotype episode the other day, and there's so much fucking French because it comes from it's daguerreotype has French origins, and I'm like the whole time I'm like I sound like an idiot.
dude, Cleopatra
Coming
coming
at you.
at you. Look, no one is safe.
But you were so nice. You were like, "You're doing great. You're doing great." And I'm just like, "No, I sound like a fucking idiot. What are you talking about?"
Doing great. But between the both of us, what? We have one functioning brain cell between us.
Yeah, most of the time, I'm borrowing the one that Punky shares with all of his orange brothers and sisters.
Oh, little baby. So it's on loan. Gotta pay
Yeah,
rent. Yeah.
basically.
We, if we were ingredients in a spell, we would be like one of the ADHD squirrels in a Pinterest witch board from 2015.
That's
Like teal, the teal and brown era.
that's a really long time ago, which means that we started something we never finished. That sounds pretty on brand for us.
It's 10 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
that's
wild.
crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So let's get into our astrological signs because I know we both have a lot of individual traits that are unique to both of us that I'm sure we can really go ham on. Do you want me to roast you and you roast me, or do you want to roast yourself?
I think you should read Gemini since we're going into Gemini season. You
Okay.
read Gemini and me, and then I'll read Sagittarius and you.
All right. So in celebration of Christina's birthday month, when does this episode come out?
This will be out the 23rd, and my birthday
Okay.
will be the 25th.
Right before Christina's birthday. So everybody say happy birthday, Christina. Go send her a big happy birthday. Slide into our DMs if you want to go wish her happy birthday. And in celebration of that, we're gonna roast the shit out of Gemini right the fuck now. So
Okay.
here we go. Okay, are you ready, Christina? Can you
Okay.
handle this?
I wish there was more. I asked it to be mean, like meaner, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this is fine. This is
Okay.
fine.
ChatGPT is too nice. Okay, so Gemini, the human equivalent of flipping through a 97 open. This sounds more like me.
Yes.
Nine,
My Virgo reins that in.
okay, because you've seen my screen before,
It
like
makes me want to throw up.
when we share screen, and you're like, "Oh my God, what's with all the tabs?" But this has the human equivalent of flipping through 97 open browser tabs while three different songs play at once and none of them are yours.
Hmm.
You aren't a zodiac sign. You're a walking group chat with no mute button. Yeah, that much. That's yeah. Born between late May and mid-June, you are the Zodiac's court jester, chaos goblin, and unreliable narrator all rolled into one breathless monologue that nobody asked for.
I cannot tell a story. I do turn into Aaron with the details. If I'm trying to tell a story, I just laugh 90% of the way through it. And I'm like, you get it, right? You get it.
You're like Sally trying to explain her way through kidnapping Jimmy's car,
I'm Griffin
right?
Dunn.
Just
Yeah.
a little nap, a little nap.
Yeah.
You know, we tried so hard to give him back his car, and it's just like, all right, stop. And I'm just like in the background, like Gillian, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. So, okay, so Gemini, you pride yourself on your wit. But what is it really besides a coping mechanism for the fact that you feel nothing deeply and ghost people like it's your birthright?
Oh, hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, ChatGPT.
you call it adaptable. The rest of us call it a personality shaped like a wet paper towel. Oh my God, that was pretty mean.
I had somebody tell me one time in college, you bring nothing to the table. Dang.
Wow.
Dang.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not mysterious. You're just emotionally unavailable with a vocabulary. A backwards one, because she's also dyslexic.
It's a mixed bag. It's like Scrabble. Like you just shake the bag around a little bit.
Right. You flirt like it's a blood sport, collect hobbies like cursed Pokemon, and lie like it's jazz. What does that
Oh.
mean?
Like that troll man I sent you with the flute,
Oh, yeah.
Horatio, whatever his name is. I just
Yeah.
am a savant with Pokemon cards and
You
jazz.
are. Jazz. Improvisational, complex, and technically impressive, if it weren't so damn exhausting. You can't be pinned down not because you're a free spirit, but because commitment is a foreign language you pretend to speak on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Geminis are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, so of course you never shut up. She slides into everybody's DMs, right?
Yeah.
You talk until the air in the room gives up. Listening? Oh no, that's a Sagittarius moon's job. You're too busy crafting your next identity or explaining why ghosting someone was actually a gift. Quote, it gave them closure or at least a storyline.
Dude, how many people in the last 3 years of us working together have I been like, I don't talk to them anymore?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that part of that might be my fault though, because I'm like, oh, you don't need them.
Fuck
You know,
that
fuck
person.
that person.
Choose your own family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I
Thanks.
think a lot of this is Sagittarius too. Like I'm just like, whatever. Don't need to talk to that person anymore. Um, you don't have resting bitch face. You have resting I'm two people arguing in the mirror face.
Hmm. Okay.
Duality is not depth. It's just confusion with better PR. You're not twins. You're one person with Wi-Fi issues emotionally buffering through life. And
Okay.
yet somehow you always get invited. Why? Because you're the life of the party. Until someone needs a ride, a secret kept, or a little consistency. Then suddenly you're a vapor trail of excuses and self-reinvention.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate having to give people rides.
Me too. You asked
I
me.
asked you to come pick my ass up from the airport. You're like, fuck.
I was like, get an
You work
Uber.
again.
I was like, get an Uber. All right, fine. I guess I'll come get you. You're also the friend, though, that will help you bury a body. But only if it's interesting, dramatic, and you get to narrate it later like a true crime podcast. So that's pretty on brand. Gemini, you are fascinating, but in the way reality TV is fascinating. Messy, chaotic, and best enjoyed from a very safe distance.
I feel like if I was a reality TV show, it'd be Naked and Afraid.
In her New Balances. Naked and afraid and nothing but New Balances.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you want me to do the overarching Sagittarius read, and then I plugged ours in our three top
Okay.
signs. And
Yep.
then we'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sagittarius, the zodiac's loose cannon. I like to akin y'all to a Molotov cocktail, right? I've said that before. You're the spiritual frat bro, an overconfident backpacker rolled into one loud, opinionated human megaphone. You weren't born. You crash landed, probably mid monologue about truth and freedom, armed with nothing but a questionable tattoo, not yet, and a passport. You keep losing.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand.
You call yourself a free spirit, but let's be honest, you're just allergic to accountability. You also ghost people, not out of malice, but because you forget they existed the second something shinier crosses your path.
That is true.
Attention span of a squirrel on Red Bull. Oh, that is fucking true.
Lots of cold brew.
And just as subtle. One moment you're waxing poetic about ancient philosophy, and the next you're deep in a bar fight over whose playlist is better.
Yo, that ain't wrong.
Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and it shows. You expand every story, every goal, definitely every estimation of your own competence.
Couscous
all over the
poison?
place. You're the kind of person who goes on a weekend trip and comes back with a cult following, a hangover, and zero memory of why you left in the first place.
Oh my
You
god.
think your impulsiveness is charming. It's not. It's exhausting.
Mm,
Yo, impulsivity is so scary to me. I'm like, I need it like 3 months in advance.
really? I'm like both. And I
Mm.
don't know if that's because of my Cancer moon keeps me kind of like reserved, but like Sagittarius, when Sagittarius comes out, she's ready to party. She's like, let's do whatever.
You can't commit to a dinner plan, let alone relationship, and somehow that's everyone else's fault for being too clingy. No one asked you to marry them, Sag. We just asked you for a free Friday. Spoiler, you're not. You're already booked to go ziplining in Peru with somebody you met at 3 a.m. at a 7-Eleven.
Yo, I feel so bad. I've been like not blowing off my friend for the past couple weeks, but like I just get home from work and I'm so tired. Like I make plans in the morning when I'm jazzed, and then I get home from work and I'm just like, I don't have the energy for friendship right now.
I understand. We talked. I love when plans fall through. I'm
Me
like,
too.
thank God.
Me too.
Yeah. Your idea of deep emotional support is yelling,
You
from
got
across-
this.
from across the room before you disappear into the sunset. She just rides off.
I'm a ride or die.
You are. Yep. You believe in honesty, which is noble, until you use it to bulldoze someone else's self-esteem with your latest just being real tirade.
Wait. So you mean like putting a banishing spell on our on our hate?
Too real.
Christina's like, all right, you need to scale this back a little bit. We're gonna scare our listeners, and I'm just like, I'm just being real.
They got what they deserved.
Yeah, they brought that on themselves.
Calm down.
I know. She's like, okay, slow your roll, Sagittarius.
You don't offer advice, you launch it like a flaming arrow and expect applause.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how you always think you're the smartest person in the room. You're not. You're just the loudest.
That is, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I think I know I'm not the smartest person in the room.
Yeah. I
I
don't think
just
you're
like,
the loudest either.
no, I just think I'm Phyllis. Phyllis is the smartest person in the room.
You're philosophical.
Yeah. My doppelganger, not my doppelganger, my alter ego?
Yeah, you're Jacqueline
Split
Hyde.
personality, yeah.
It says this isn't wisdom you're sprouting, it's just Wikipedia with swagger. Yo, that's
I
kind
like
of
that.
that's our tagline for our show.
Wikipedia with swagger.
Sagittarius, you are the human embodiment of I meant well, followed immediately by collateral damage. You burn bridges and call it growth.
Yo,
We share that then.
I can't tell you how many people I've just been like, all right, bye.
Uh-huh.
And I just ghost. And then,
But look at the flower you've become.
not without good reason, though. It's usually because they're an asshole.
Just being real.
Just being real, not because, like, I don't just ghost everybody. It's just
Yeah.
like, get your shit together and then we can be friends.
Yeah. I gotta do what's good for my mental health. Fuck you.
Exactly. Boundaries. Boundaries.
You chase novelty and call it destiny. But at the end of the day, you're just a glorified chaos tourist in a poncho. What? Narrating your own bad decision like it's a travel documentary no one asked for. I would say you're a glorified chaos dragon.
Ooh, Khaleesi. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a little, yeah. Better than a tourist in a poncho. Come on.
That visual. It's a little goofy.
I'm picking up from, again, not Cusco's Poison. What's the actual movie called? Pacha.
Oh,
Poncho. Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, God.
So funny. I'm all over the place. All right. So this one is based on all three of your placements. Your Gemini Sun, your Aquarius Moon, and your Virgo Rising. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's your fully mashed up, deeply personal roast spanning all of your all of your signs here. A chaotic celestial cocktail shaken with intellect, perfectionism, and low-grade existential crisis. Christina, you are a cosmic Rubik's Cube in vintage boots. Endlessly complex, impossible to solve, and aggressively pastel aesthetic. I wouldn't say you're pastel, though.
No. I wonder where
Yeah.
they get that from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so a Gemini Sun with an Aquarius Moon and Virgo Rising? You weren't built to function. You were designed to overfunction in the most stylishly unhinged way possible in leather pants. Exactly, you're picking up what I'm putting down. So you are a tornado of thoughts that can't read, duct taped inside a spreadsheet, a charming chaos agent who looks like she has her life together while slowly unraveling under the weight of, should I italicize this, or is that too much? You give off calm librarian until you open your mouth and out comes a dissertation, a hot take, and a low-key roast hidden in a compliment. Your Gemini Sun makes you a verbal acrobat. Quick, clever, and wildly overstimulated. You never met a tangent you didn't follow like a cat with a laser pointer. You're charming enough to hold a room, but you'd rather be holding court with your own inner monologue because, frankly, no one else is keeping up. You know what Avi told me the other day?
What?
You asked me a question, and oh no, I asked him a question, and then like he, tried to start explaining it to me. And then I kept interjecting, and he's like, I didn't realize this was a monologue. And then he kind of let me just like keep going until I got it all out of my system. And then he's like, "Are you done? Are you done?" And I was like, "End scene." So Christina, you have your own inner monologue. Because frankly, nobody else is keeping up. You're not indecisive. You just need every single angle analyzed before making a choice, even if that choice is what snack to eat while procrastinating your actual life.
That's why I'm writing a book, is because then I can argue with myself and all the characters in my mind, all sexes, ages, races, doesn't matter. We yell at each other.
Writing monologues. One monologue after another.
Yeah.
Then, okay, we got to talk about your Aquarius moon now, okay? So, your Aquarius moon, the emotional glacier beneath your crackling wit. Feelings? You've heard of them. You've read a book on them once. But let's not get messy, okay? Instead, let's intellectualize your trauma, which is what you're doing. You're writing a book.
Dang, ChatGPT.
Wow, hitting the nail on the head here. You've intellectualized your trauma, you build a theory around it, and then you detach it like it's a group project that you didn't ask to join. You love humanity in theory, but individual humans, they kind of ruin the aesthetic.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
And yeah, and finally, Virgo rising. This is something we have in common. The mask of perfection that says, I'm fine, while your brain is color coding your apocalypse plan and silently judging everyone's font choices.
It's like that I'm fine meme where everything's on fire.
Right. Yeah. You radiate competent chaos. You look serene, but we know there's a gremlin inside screaming because someone used the wrong version of "your" in a text. Are you that
Which is
person that...
ironic because my spelling is the worst, especially in text.
Yeah, I have a confession, Christine.
I have a confession.
I do. I have a confession. So sometimes Christina posts the show description in our Instagram, right? And she posts it for the new show, the new episode that's out. I go through it and I reread it and I have to go back and edit all the mistakes. Because I'm like, these people are gonna think we're incompetent.
You do have my back. It has been ChatGPT lately writing those, so
Yeah.
hopefully everything's correct.
Yeah, sometimes like either like the spelling is off or like a punctuation. That's just my Virgo rising being like, it's gotta be perfect.
I'm like, I just want to be done with this goddamn topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Move on to the next thing.
I go in after the fact and I'm like, okay, we'll
I
just
appreciate you. I know you do.
just slap a band-aid on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but put it all together and you are a living contradiction. Analytical yet chaotic, deeply private but constantly communicating, which is true. Like, Christina deleted all her social media, yet she's still sliding into people's DMs asking them if they want to collaborate with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you are emotionally aloof with an unspoken desire to be understood. You're the Zodiac's best kept secret, a whirlwind of brilliance hiding behind dry humor, sharp eyeliner, and a to-do list that deserves hazard pay. You are terrifying, but you are also delightful. You are exhausting, but in a we'd follow you into battle after a thorough peer-reviewed plan kind of way.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have all your ducks in a row, and then we go. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just the squirrel that's like, what? Mallory wants us to play with her in October? Let's go!
Oh, wait.
You're like, hold on!
What are we doing?
And I'm like, what do you mean, Christina? The date's already on the calendar. You're like, fuck.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man. All right. Well, I have some introspection to do and a little bit of falling apart to plan. Yeah. My darling Sagittarius sun, Cancer moon, Virgo rising. Are you ready?
Oh, God.
So Justina's rose based on her top 3 signs. Justina is not a person. She's a walking contradiction with a day planner, a motivational poster, and combat boots. That's cute.
Oh, I like that.
A nurturing chaos goblin as well, who will burn your house down, but also pack you a snack for the ride.
I'm thoughtful.
You
at
are
least.
thoughtful. You are the Zodiac's emotional Molotov cocktail.
That's what we were saying before.
Yeah, you're equal parts wanderlust, emotional whiplash, and crippling standards.
Yo, that is. I was just saying how I correct your posts after the fact. I'm like,
I'm glad you do.
I have standards.
They might not be super high, but they're, at least mediocre level Christina needs to keep up with. Charge into every situation like it's a noble quest, only to spiral into soft tears 48 hours later because the vibes are off. And the soup didn't taste like your grandma's.
Oh, that reminds me of when we were getting ready for the studio and I almost had a breakdown because the song lyrics weren't, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Your Sagittarius sun gives you big, don't tell me what to do energy, which is adorable considering no one was.
So true.
You're not free-spirited, Justina. You're allergic to structure unless you invited it. Probably at 3 a.m. with a whiteboard, 3 mugs of coffee, and a passionate theory about ethical travel. You have hot takes for everything. And if you haven't been to a country yet, it's only because your passport is emotionally recharging and you can't find it.
Or planes are falling out of the sky.
Yeah, true.
I just got my passport renewed and I was so ready to be out of here, and then planes started falling from the sky.
I know. Well, travel is paused for right now.
All right, till the foreseeable future. But that is very true. Like, I have an aversion to structure. Like, I had a desk.
So weird with your Virgo.
I had a desk job for a while back, when I was younger, and I realized very quickly that it was not for me. And
Mm,
now I'm really happy in a job that enables me to do whatever not do whatever I want.
yes.
Like, obviously there's structure within that day, but like I get to be out and about, I
Yes.
get to like cook, I get to do things that enable me to be a chaos goblin. So,
Mm-hmm.
a structured chaos goblin. But that is true. I am allergic to structure.
So let's hit that Cancer moon, the gut punch. Emotionally, you're a goddamn casserole of feelings. You
Mm-hmm.
cried during commercials, you apologized to plants, and you still think about that one mean thing a friend of a friend said in 2016.
That is true.
You're tender, you're nurturing, but don't get it all twisted. Cross you once. We've seen this. And you'll soft block someone out of your heart like it's a gated community. Or your claws will come out. Either way, they're fucked. All while baking them muffins because you don't like to waste ingredients.
Oh
Cute.
my God, this is like spot on. Scary.
Then we come to your Virgo rising. Oh, sweet Virgo mass, keeping it all, quote, together while the sun is screaming and the moon is sobbing.
Oh.
You look composed, you sound rational, but behind the scenes, you're micromanaging the entire emotional arc of your life like it's a four-act screenplay with color-coded tabs.
I told you.
Thousands of tabs.
Thousands of tabs open and a monologue that never ends, and my poor husband's just sitting there waiting for me to shut up so he can get a word in.
You will scrub your kitchen to avoid dealing with your feelings and then journal about it in a Google Doc no one will ever see.
Oh my God, I did that on Sunday. Not even kidding. I deep cleaned the shit out of my kitchen. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
To avoid my feelings. Oh my
Oh.
God, that is so accurate.
Together, you're like a spiritual life coach who bursts into tears at a gas station. It's funny that you've had a 7-Eleven like thing in here and this gas station comment
It
in here.
knows I'm from Jersey. It
Yeah, yeah.
must.
Then delivers the most inspirational pep talk of your career right after. You are the friend everyone goes to for advice, but God help you if someone tries to comfort you. I'm fine, you say,
So
holding
true.
a tear-stained clipboard and a flaming sword of justice.
Oh my
Justice,
God.
Tina!
Tina
Tina Justice.
Justice.
You are a glowing, contradictory force of nature. Beautiful, brilliant, dramatic as hell, and probably late because you saw a dog. Didn't you steal a cat from a front yard before driving around the block? And you're like, that was
Yes.
that person's cat.
I was like, yeah, I was late to work because I had to give a cat a joyride and then put it back.
Oh my God. You had
Wow.
to emotionally process that whole journey. Never changed. Never ever changed.
That is so great. I love that. Oh man, my face hurts from laughing.
Me too.
So now that we got a little bit of roast action out of our system, Christina and I just roasted the shit out of each other, courtesy of JetBT. We generated a little more hater reviews to keep us humbled. Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna start with some good ones, I think. We're gonna do 4-star, 5-star, a couple
Okay.
3-star, and then there's a couple 1-star, I thought.
And then it's just a train wreck from there, just plummets from there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
By
Five
the way,
stars.
these are all fictional
Yeah.
names,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
5 stars. Equal parts, curse history lesson, pop culture fever dream, and two musicians trying to outweird each other, all while forgetting they promised to keep it under 2 hours. Iconic. 5 stars.
I don't think it's possible for us to keep it under 2 hours,
It has been a long time.
right?
Even our songisodes are about 2 hours.
We're a little long-winded, but we wear that badge proudly.
We don't edit out the laughter, and
No,
that's
we
most
don't.
of our episode.
But that's what makes it so fun, you know?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah. Okay, this next one is also a 5-star review. This comes from at Coven Karen, in parentheses, not that Karen. Coven Karen says, for those who like their witchcraft with a side of Virgo organized dissertations, eternal Sagittarius Gemini bickering, and show tune references, all in the same sentence, we respect your commitment.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Possessed by Zane says, one talks until she's gasping, one laughs until she's screaming. Both summon the chaotic spirit of Beelzebub at least once an episode. It's art, kind of. 5 stars.
Damn. Yeah. I like how it picked up on the whole Billy Zane thing.
Mhm.
Possessed by Zane. Could you imagine if people started making Instagram handles, like fan Instagram handles for our podcast? And like,
That would be making it.
right? That's making it.
Mhm.
First comes the haters, then comes the fan art. Right? Yeah. Okay, so this is a 3-star review, okay? So plummeting a little bit here. From at Intellectual Dumpster Fire, they say, imagine 2 trash witches doing elite level research while getting distracted by their own jokes. It's like watching geniuses get derailed by shiny objects. 10 out of 10 would lose my mind again.
This is a 4-star. So it says they said it would be a quote short episode. 3 hours later, I know everything about Damon lore, placentas, and Justina's cat's middle name. No regrets. No regrets.
That's funny. Yeah. I like how they generate the usernames kind of like cuz they're like, can this episode just end already? Still listening, help. This next one comes from at Witches Gone Rogue. And this is a 3-star review. They say, started for the practical magic breakdown, stayed because I got emotionally attached to Christina's gasping for air laugh and Justina's random screaming. You can't prepare for this.
So Billy Zane Truthers says it's like academia and chaos had a baby who was raised by Sagittarius and Gemini witches who quote Tenacious D and call it research. Absolutely feral. Highly recommended. 4 stars.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna get into the 1-star reviews. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. This one comes from a user by the name of at Cursed by Cats. They say, I came here to learn about witchcraft, not to hear 2 musicians emotionally spiral about Titanic and Satan. 1 star. Also subscribed.
That's the way to do it.
It's like a train wreck. Like they can't look away.
Can't look
right?
away. That morbid curiosity. Got to see what happens next.
Exactly.
Yes. This is from Hexed and Perplexed. 1 star. Every episode feels like being trapped in the world's most aggressive group chat. I haven't slept in days. 10 out of 10.
Me either, hexed and perplexed. Try working on show notes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the night before, like,
and releasing music.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. And then we have another 1 star from Send Help and Snacks. They said, quote, short episode. It's 5 hours and 47 minutes later, and I'm emotionally invested in a cat I've never met. Peanuts!
A banana tree.
A banana tree?
Tangentially Cursed says this podcast is like drinking 2 Red Bulls, Googling trash witchcraft, and crying about it. Spiritually exhausted, spiritually fulfilled. 1 star.
Yeah. And then our last 1-star review here is from Screaming at Dawn. And this is, they say, the audacity to mix PhD level research with absolute gremlin energy. I didn't ask for this. I needed it. 1 star, but they gave us 1 star.
I love that. PhD level research when we like go to Wikipedia sometimes and gremlin energy. Yes.
That's our new tagline. That belongs in our Instagram bio.
Yes. Yeah, we take our 1-star reviews very seriously here.
We do.
Yeah.
But now that we've humbled ourselves, why don't we get to the main event here, roasting our beloved 1998 cult classic masterpiece, Practical Magic. Are you ready?
Go for it. Go ahead.
All right. So let's just start with the movie in general. Okay, and then we're going to get to all the characters and all that good stuff. So Practical Magic, the 1998 cottagecore fever dream that thinks mood lighting and Stevie Nicks can cover up homicide, generational trauma, and a plot held together with dried rose petals and pure vibes.
Fever dream. Vibes.
Vibes. Practical magic is what happens when you mix a murder cover-up, a Sandra Bullock shampoo commercial, and a Williams-Sonoma catalog. And then tell Nicole Kidman to do her best, quote, redhead chaos goblin on tequila impression. It's a movie that can't decide if it's a romance, a ghost story, a sisterhood manifesto, or an Urban Outfitters ad with a broom budget.
Ooh, I like the Williams-Sonoma comment. That's pretty on point.
Yeah, and the tone, all over the place. 1 minute you're sipping midnight margaritas with the quirky aunts, and the next you're dealing with corpse possession and occult domestic violence. Like, ma'am, are we hexing our ex or processing inherited trauma? Pick a lane.
Ma'am!
And let's talk about the aesthetic, shall we? Yeah. That house. Flawless. A dream. A Nancy Myers wet dream filtered through moonlight and sage smoke. What's say Nancy Myers? Do they mean Nancy Downs? Who's Nancy Myers?
No, Nancy Myers. She's like that coastal white aesthetic, like very like Family Stone. It's an aesthetic.
Yeah, is like Nancy Myers the Martha Stewart of shiplap?
Yeah, you could say that. Well, like cozy, like
okay,
oceanside cozy, rich white woman drinking white wine and eating shrimp.
I love that. Shrimp cocktail. Or the fanciest, smelliest cheese you can imagine.
Ooh, yeah, with
Like
like
a
the lines. Mm.
like a Roquefort.
Ooh, I've never had that.
Ooh, Roquefort? It slaps.
Pretty stinky.
It's the worst.
Oh no.
It's hor it smells horrible and it looks like toe fungus, but it's
Oh
great.
no. Is it blue? Green?
It's chunky. It's one of the chunkier cheeses.
Yuck.
Paired with a nice Lagavulin 16.
Lagavulin. Oh, that would be good.
Lagavulin. I like the smokier what is
You
it?
do.
Whiskey?
Peaty.
Yeah, Pete. I was gonna say I like my whiskey like Pete Wentz. So,
Peter.
Peter. Oh man. Okay, yeah. So Nancy Meyer's wet dream filtered through moonlight and sage smoke, but it's also totally implausible. How do these women afford an oceanfront gothic witch mansion when one runs a janky apothecary and the other barely clocks in at all? Etsy hadn't even been invented yet. And that house is witch gentrification. Truth. And the male love interest, Gary. Gary, my badge is my personality, Hallett. A walking flannel mannequin with a sheriff's hat and 0 red flags. Except the part where he's totally cool with dating a woman who just murdered a man and buried him in her backyard.
He knows. Like, he knows right off the bat.
He's looking right past that red flag. I guess when you're Sandra Bullock, complicity is just a love language. And Jimmy Angelov? Bulgarian cowboy vampire. He's basically a narcotic-fueled Dracula with a Rasputin complex, 0 depth, pure chaos. A man who somehow radiates both undead and garbage band roadie.
That's a good one.
I like that. A Transylvanian Chad, as we like to call him on this podcast. The fact that this walking curse even got close to the Owens sisters is proof that they needed stronger wards and probably a therapist, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And the magic system? That grimoire? Vague at best. Sometimes spells work, sometimes they don't. Apparently, all it takes to banish a violent spirit is the PTA full of women holding brooms like it's a coven-themed Soul Cycle class.
Soul Cycle.
And yet, we all love it, right?
Yes.
We go apeshit over this movie because practical magic isn't a story. Again, it's a vibe.
The vibe.
A melancholic girlhood ghost story dripped in lavender and glitter. It makes absolutely no narrative sense, but it makes emotional sense. It's cozy, it's haunted, it's ridiculous, and it's iconic. Basically, it's a pumpkin spice latte with a shot of existential dread and murder, right?
Murder!
And again, like we said before, murder never looks so cozy. And we will be drinking it every October until we die. And I love that for us. Now, it's time to roast our favorite trash witches.
Starting with the woman who put the delusional love spell, the Delulu, in the delusional love spell. Sally Owens, everybody.
She made the Delulu Trululu.
Trululu. Yes. Sally Owens is the kind of woman who'd whisper, I don't believe in magic. I don't know why she's Southern. I don't believe in magic, while literally standing inside a house built by witches, clutching a bottle of activated moonlight.
Or stirring her tea with her mind.
Yeah.
Right?
She said she didn't want magic in her life, but wrote out a dream man with impossibly specific heterochromia standards and still acted shocked when he showed up. Girl, that's not skepticism. That's called manifestation. It's manifesting with commitment issues.
For real.
Sally Owens could be standing in the middle of a seance, herbs burning, ghosts swirling, and still say there has to be a logical explanation. Ma'am, the candles lit themselves.
Yeah.
Only Sally Owens could turn being the most powerful witch in town into a personality trait called repressed and run. She makes her own shampoo but can't seem to wash the denial out of her hair.
Oh, snap. Those are fight words.
She's living on the River Nile. Denial. Her vibe is Etsy Earth Mother with trauma lunchbox, and we're here for it.
Oh, with a trauma lockbox.
Oh, lunchbox. Trauma lockbox, and we love her for it. But someone needs to sage her chakras and tell her that grief isn't a forever home.
Aww.
That's true. She's the girl who says she doesn't want drama, then casually drops my boyfriend's
What? Oh, wait, is that
my dead boyfriend is exciting.
Wait, is this Gillian?
I don't know. That's amazing.
Or maybe dead husband, right?
And maybe, girl, the girls you've met that are like, I hate drama. I hate drama.
Yeah.
My dead boyfriend lives inside me. Anyway, she's just describing mild indigestion.
Maybe she needs some crushed up Tums. She needs to snort some Tum powder.
Sally Owens, proof that you can be the emotional backbone of your family and still ghost your own feelings like it's a full-time job.
Yeah, she does well.
Yep. Sally Owens out here acting like she doesn't believe in magic in a house where the kitchen whisks stir themselves. Girl, the gaslighting starts at home, right? Right.
Yeah. Next, we're gonna roast Gillian Owens. Gillian Owens is the kind of girl who'd pack nothing but eyeliner, red boots, and emotional damage for a cross-country trip, and somehow still look hot hitchhiking or astral projecting.
Yeah. That's not
Right?
a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. She walked into Sally's life with a vampire cowboy boyfriend, a murder problem, and absolutely zero plan. But yeah, she's the responsible sister now because she brought the tequila.
Ah, and the fun aunt, right?
Right? Yeah. And Jillian's love language is poor impulse control wrapped in a halter top
Hmm.
or a wrap skirt. If red flags were a person, they'd ask Jillian for dating advice.
Oh, Lord.
She's the human equivalent of a Stevie Nicks song that got banned from the PTA meeting. I was thinking also the Joni Mitchell songs that she took off Spotify. Remember?
I think a few are back on because
Yeah.
it popped up. I was like, I thought this was taken off because I could never find it.
Maybe she's
Like
done being
Case of
mad
You?
at Spotify.
Hmm.
Because I think I saw that. I think I saw them pop back up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gillian Owens is proof that you can be both the life of the party and the reason it ends in blood magic.
That's cool. That's a cool tagline.
Yeah. She didn't bring the drama. She is the drama.
Jeez, the trauma.
She is the drama. She manifested it, called it a soulmate, and climbed onto the back of his motorcycle with a goodbye note and a smirk.
Mm.
She's not toxic. She's just allergic to stability, monogamy, and any kind of footwear with arch support.
Her shoes. She's barefoot for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to tether herself somehow because
She'll fly away.
she's just gonna
Far,
she's
far away.
astral project everywhere. Where else do we think she's astral projected to?
Oh. Coachella.
Coachella! Was that a thing in the 90s?
I don't know. Or Burning Man.
Oh, yeah, I could see her doing that. Jillian has the vibe of a woman who's been both the reason a man gets a tattoo and the reason he gets it removed.
She has had to have her name tattooed on multiple men's bodies.
Uh-huh.
She's like, come on, it'll be
Uh-huh.
fun. It'll be fun. Look, I have a tattoo.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I just saw Kesha was on the Drew Barrymore show recently, and she had like a netted top that was all made of like engagement rings.
Oh
And Drew Barrymore was like, "Can you please explain your top?" And she's like, "It was made out of all the men that tried."
my God. Savage. Dang.
And then, you know what bomb Kesha dropped? She was like, "Yeah, I'm into witchy things. I'm kind of manifesting a sugar daddy."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's one of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. I feel like everybody though is like nowadays, like
Yeah. Everybody's
everybody's just like
meditating.
admitting it, you know?
Yeah.
No one's hiding in the shadows anymore. It's fun. Good times. And then lastly, Jillian's contribution to the family legacy, dating walking red flags, accessorizing with felony charges, and still looking like she just stepped out of a shampoo commercial.
She was never charged.
was
She's
never
never charged with that felony.
That's right, she wasn't. ChatGPT. Yeah.
Oh, we're back at Gary. Here comes Gary.
Ooh.
Gary Hallett is the kind of detective who find a bloody ring box, a corpse, a suspiciously well dug hole with like 90-degree angles and everything, and still fall in love because the suspect had good hair and a sad smile and ugly cried as he walked off into the sunset.
That's right. She did. She ugly cried so hard.
He walked into a murder investigation and walked out with a girlfriend. That's not intuition. It's a midlife crisis in denim. I wish he wore double denim. That would have been the most cowboy clutch thing ever.
Yeah, it's a date.
Have you ever seen that TikTok or heard the TikTok song? I don't know who does it. It's me more cowboy than you.
No.
It's a really good song. Anyway,
Never heard that one.
that's his theme song. Me more cowboy than you. Gary said, "There's some things I know for certain," and then listed exactly none of them. Boy, if you don't get off that porch with your vague cowboy poetry and do your damn job.
I like how sometimes ChatGPT just like mixes up quotes and characters.
Mashes the characters together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man saw a ghost possess a woman, witnessed group resurrection magic, was not there, and
Literally was not there.
still have the nerve to say there's no rule book for this. Magic
Yeah.
only has power when you believe in him. Sir, there is. It's called basic police procedure.
He just neglected all of it.
He's the kind of guy who can handcuff Sally, then kiss her. That's not romance. That's textbook HR violation meets Stockholm Syndrome. Gary Hallett, the only man who could stare down a supernatural murder cult and say, "You're under arrest. Unless you have pie, in which case I'll stay the night."
These are so
A
batshit.
bumbling character now.
Well, I mean, he did come to breakfast. He did come for pancakes, and
That's
then
true.
and then
Okay.
Then he forgot everything he was there for. He was like, oh,
Okay.
I guess I'm in a family now.
Oh, he was playing daddy.
Yeah.
He followed a psychic dream to a cursed seaside murder house and thought, seemed legit. Gary, blink twice if you've ever made a healthy decision.
Gary, blink twice if you need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His moral compass spins like a ceiling fan in a hurricane, and we're all just watching him try to write poetry while his badge slowly slides off his belt. Pro
Yeah.
falls in love faster than Sally's rose garden grows after being fertilized by a dead body. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get to the aunts now. Aunt Frances and Aunt Jet have raised exactly 0 well-adjusted children, but somehow they're always sipping tea like they did everything right.
I mean, it's never the parents' fault, right?
Yeah. They'll hex your enemies, revive your boyfriend, and traumatize your daughters before breakfast, then wonder why you don't call on the holidays. So Frances is out here dressed like a Victorian tarot card and still thinks she's the voice of reason. Ma'am, wait. This says you roofied a dead man. Like her poor Ethan?
Did she
You think-
roofie him? Does
Well,
GPT know something we don't?
we had a theory that Jet poisoned, or Jet, not poison, but Jet right? Didn't we have a theory recently?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
yeah. It
were
was
like,
an
"Ooh,
accident. Yeah, like
maybe-
she's trying to get
yeah,
that,
trying to
innocent.
cover it up. Franny and Jet left a teenage Sally to clean up magical homicides like it was part of home ec. What were y'all doing? Crocheting frogs at the what's it called?
Berkshire's Hyatt.
The Hyatt, the Waltham Hyatt.
Can you like what were they doing? Like sitting by the pool in their full garb, hats
Yeah.
and everything?
Yeah, for however much time they were away. We did the math on like how many days
We
were
did.
between.
Oh my Lord.
I forget what we said, but so the aunts really said, "We don't meddle," then proceeded to summon every woman in town with a bell and a flyer. Pick a lane, ladies. They never said we don't meddle. They meddled from the very beginning.
Yeah. They said we don't do that kind of magic. They never said they don't meddle.
But okay, so they don't do the kind of magic bringing back somebody from the dead, but they completely went off the deep end with the love spell that they put over Sally and Michael.
That got out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the 9th that they did when Irene came to the door, right?
In the book, yeah, they were like, whoops.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hide.
So I think they just pick their whatever
Their morals, their scruples.
my brain is so mush right now. Yes, they're more I guess they just pick whatever morals they want to go with at that moment. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Feeling cute might curse someone later.
Exactly. They've got an herb for everything but emotional stability.
Aw.
They're the kind of women who know how to break a curse, but not how to use a telephone.
Accurate. They're
Have
like
we seen
cranking the phone on the wall.
the only technology we saw them use in that whole movie was them glancing at a toaster, not even touching it to
Right.
activate it, right?
Yeah.
So number 9, let's be honest, Jet and Francis are just the final boss versions of Sally and Jenny.
I love that.
The chaos is generational, the glamour, timeless,
Impeccable.
the final sensational. So Franny's vibe is, quote, wine mom meets herbalist menace. Like she definitely gives you a healing tea that's actually just tequila with a sprig of mint in it. You know she carries around a flask.
That's like your little roast. What did it say? You have your coffee or whatever with a sprig of rosemary taped to the outside or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Alongside of my Molotov cocktail.
Yes.
And then Jet's spiritual gift is emotional support and spontaneous fainting. She's the friend who brings tissues to your breakup, but also accidentally sets your ex's house on fire while claiming it was just an accident.
Yeah, that's so funny. So unassuming.
Yeah.
That's so
Right.
funny. And we have Maria Owens. Imagine being so iconic, you're a heartbreak, literally curses your entire bloodline. That's diva behavior and honestly, goals. Goals.
Goals.
Goals. Maria Owens, the woman who turned a bad breakup into generational trauma souvenir. Maria
That's
didn't
not a souvenir that I would want.
No, no, ma'am. Maria didn't just curse her ex, she cursed her ex's descendants, their dogs, his dog, everybody's dog, and literally everyone she or her bloodline might ever feel a twinge of affection for. The original Owens queen said, nah. No, she didn't.
Nah.
She said, no,
She said, nah, bro.
no man shall ever be able to truly love an Owens woman. But honestly, we get it. But girl, that was a lot.
Yeah.
She started a family curse because she was ghosted. And now we're here centuries later with Sally crying in a bath and Gillian dating literal diamonds. Maria Owens was the kind of girl who would get left on red and respond by
My,
inventing hexing.
Is she a Sagittarius?
It seems to be genetic in that family.
Yeah.
She built a mansion, raised a child, survived a public hanging, and somehow still had time to ruin love for everyone with her last name. Iconic, but toxic. This one's good. Maria Owens walks so Taylor Swift could run. Only difference is Taylor just writes songs. Maria wrote spells.
But
Yeah.
like spells are songs though,
Yeah, vice versa.
right? Spells are songs.
She said, "You hurt me? Cool. I'll be building an entire bloodline of witches who flinch every time a man says I love you."
Hmm.
Maria Owens definitely, god damn my face, didn't invent Yeah. She definitely invented the hot girl hex. That's cool.
Ooh.
Imagine being so good at holding a grudge your descendants need to hold a seance just to forgive you. Oh,
Yeah.
forgiveness. Forgiveness.
That Taylor Swift line, that reminds me of that song that's on her latest album, Torture Poets Department. Who's afraid of little old me? And people are saying that they should put that in the new Practical Magic movie.
Oh,
People were
okay.
comparing it to Maria Owens.
Is that the one like walking down the road, like jumped?
Um,
I've
yeah, yeah,
heard
yes.
yeah. I've heard the similarity.
Leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard that one. I was like,
Don't
just
you
you wait.
worry. Yeah, yeah. Don't you worry, boys. I took out all her teeth or something like that.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's the lyrics are super fucking witchy.
Oh wow.
No, I think even Alice might have reposted it, or I might be
That's
wrong.
where I saw it. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people were reposting that song when it dropped. Like, oh my God, this sounds like it could be Maria Owens.
Yeah.
This is the Owens curse in a song.
Honey, just you wait for the Stinas to hit the air.
We started writing a Maria song. We should get back to that.
I plugged in
Right?
a few other little things in there
Yeah.
the last year and a half, 2 years.
I know. It's been a while since we looked at that. We're gonna roast our favorite Transylvanian Chad now. Love is a Bulgarian Dracula cosplaying as a cowboy, except instead of fangs, he's got a flask and a god complex. He talks like Clint Eastwood, drinks like Bukowski, and thinks Louis L'Amour is a foreign author. That's not mysterious, it's just stupid and Suede.
Stupid and Suede.
I like that!
Sultan of Suede.
Stupid and Suede.
Erin has been on a Clint Eastwood kick the
Yeah.
last couple days. We
Yeah.
have at least 5 different Westerns. Not all
Oh
Clint.
my.
So I'm gonna say Clint Eastwood and David Bowie give me the same energy, and I'm not gonna elaborate. They're like the same person to me.
Okay, I never noticed. I do notice that you recently texted me and you were like, I'm watching Tombstone right now. I never noticed Billy Zane was in this movie.
I know. Yes, yeah, that was one of the Westerns we watched. I like that. Okay, like some movies get hype. That's the
Yeah.
one where, because Val Kilmer also just passed away, and he's in that. He
Right.
plays
Yeah.
Doc Holliday, and that's the "I'm Your Huckleberry" line.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, but that movie, like the acclaim it's getting, it was good. I really liked
Yeah.
it.
I do like that movie. My
Yeah.
dad has like a weird, like not a weird, but like he's got an obsession with Westerns and Tombstone and the whole like Southwest area. And I think the first time I ever saw the movie was with my dad.
Oh, yeah, I'd never seen it before. Yeah, but since then, I think we've watched at least five Western movies.
That's a lot of Western movies.
And this is going to get off topic. Clint Eastwood did get better as an actor as he got older, but like his like Good, Bad, and the Ugly and Fistful of Dollars, all that stuff, they do you remember our conversation about Keanu Reeves? And I'm like, is Keanu Reeves okay? Because watching John Wick 4, they didn't give him any more than 5 words at a time to say, and he's just like meh, the whole way
Really?
through. No diversity. That was Clint Eastwood in
Yeah.
all those movies. I was like, thank God he got better.
How does this guy have a career?
Exactly. I love you. I
Well,
love you,
you
Keanu,
know-
but what the hell?
You know who's got a great career?
Billy
Billy
Zane.
Zane, because he's in everything. He's in everything, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves,
No.
right? How many
No,
movies
agreed.
has he been in that we all just forgot that he was in or forgot about? And you're like, oh shit, he was in this?
Exactly. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going back to getting back to Jimmy now. He's the kind of man who will ask you where your daddy is mid makeout, then punch your sister for looking too loud. What?
Did your daddy punch me out? Okay. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Who's your daddy? What does he do? I'm gonna punch Sally in the face.
That's all.
Oh man. Jimmy didn't just gaslight Gillian, he installed a dimmer switch and charged her rent.
He made her into a gasolier. Do you remember those from our Victorian talk? It's like
Mm.
the gasoline and electric lanterns that were just like exploding in the Victorian
Yeah.
era.
He put the gas lamp on and he walked into that kitchen
He did.
with the oven going with just the gas.
Turned up to 11.
Exactly. He calls women baby like it's a spell, but the only thing magical about him is how fast he goes from charming to chokehold.
Ooh.
That's too real right there. idea of flirting is trauma bonding with a side of bruises, romantic if you're into demonic possession and leather trench coats.
He would look so good in a leather trench coat. How tall do you think Gordon is?
Probably
6'3"?
like 6 foot, yeah.
Mm.
I could picture him being tall. Tall, dark, and handsome.
The amount of dusters that I've Marco Polo'd you from thrift
Yeah.
stores is incredible. Dude, I gotta bring you to that thrift store. A
Yeah.
whole rack of pleather pants. I want to get you some pink pleather pants. Pink.
Pink, nice. All
Yes.
right, we'll wear them on our next studio excursion. Mallory, we're
Yay.
gonna roll in because we're talking about like going to Mallory's and like going
Yay.
camping with her. We're gonna roll in and she's gonna be like
I
on
love it.
brand, on brand. Yeah. So I think Jimmy would also look great in like assless chaps.
Ooh, he's got good butt.
Right? Remember when the chaps were like a thing in the early 2000s because Christina Aguilera made them come back?
Mm-hmm.
Hers
Madonna
were
had a little bit of a thing like that too, didn't she?
who?
Tell me love is. Didn't she wear
Who
like
was that?
cowboy?
Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna. Yeah.
Yeah. And now Beyonce is bringing the chaps back. Her daughter's dancing in the chaps on the stage because she has that country album that just came out. Or
She's
came
dancing
out.
in the chaps on the stage.
So like everybody like the chaps they always it's like recycled fashion they always make their way back around, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy wears cowboy boots like he earned them, but Jimmy wouldn't last 5 minutes on a ranch unless the cattle were redhead and emotionally vulnerable.
You know his hands have no calluses.
No, he's not doing shit on that farm.
No.
No, he's sitting around trying to read Louis L'Amour and then just doesn't because he just loses interest. I don't think he actually reads.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's ever picked up a Louis L'Amour book. You know, Gillian dragged him to some kind of like outdoor market and somebody was panhandling Old Western and he saw the name and he said, "How do you pronounce this name?" Julie said, "Louis L'Amour." And he's like, "L'Amour. That's French, right?" And she said, "Yeah, that's a French name." And she didn't know shit about him either. So that's just where things derailed.
He just took it and ran with it. Exactly.
How you be say that?
How do you say that, Louis? What is it, Louis L'Amour? Jimmy and Angela, proof that you can bring European smuggler energy to a southwestern dive bar and still be the creepiest guy in the room.
I think that's the top way to be the creepiest guy in the room. Top way. Yeah.
He's the creepiest guy from across the pool.
All
I don't know who's creepier though, him or those weirdos dancing all up on Gillian. They were pretty weird.
Yeah.
They were pretty weird.
Man, I'm just thinking about all of the side actors in that scene. Take your pick. Yeah.
The 90s fashion too.
The guy in the all leather.
Did that scene no justice?
Yeah.
Was that like legit southwestern fashion in the 90s?
I don't know.
I hope not.
That would be so hot.
I hope not. And not in a good way.
Not
Like
in a good way.
literal like dripping sweat in the desert. So Jimmy Angelov didn't get cursed. He was the curse. Sally, didn't we say that in the snake episode? Like he literally was the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sally and Gillian didn't banish him. They hit system reset on every woman's bad boy phase.
Yes.
And then lastly, Jimmy's Tinder bio definitely said, European prince looking for love. But in reality, he's just out here being the embodiment of every bad decision you've ever made after 11 p.m.
That's true. Like vodka fueled. Like you look like a good idea.
You did at the time, and then you wake up the next morning, you're like, shit, what the fuck did I do?
I don't know. This was prompted. Like, it was like, would you like me to write a eulogy for Jimmy? And I said, yeah, please do.
Good question.
Yeah.
Cue the sad music.
Cue the sad musics. Ladies and gentlemen, unholy spirits and honorary Owens women, we have gathered here today to remember James L. Angelov, a man who burst into this world like a Molotov cocktail thrown through a saloon window and went out in a pile of cursed dirt and poorly timed seduction.
Wait. What is Jeff PT's obsession with Molotov cocktails?
I don't know.
We be worried?
Is this the third mention?
Should we be worried? By the way, I want to mention in our snake handler episode, we forgot to mention the Molotov cocktails.
What do you mean?
There's videos of snake handlers when you go on Instagram and like a snake handler, there's videos of snake handler services. There's people walking, like dancing around with Molotov cocktails.
I thought I saw the bottle, but I didn't know that there was a something coming out of the bottle.
There was fire coming out of these bottles.
I still want to watch a documentary, maybe not 17 episodes because that's a big investment, but I want to watch something with you.
Yes.
Cool.
Right.
All right, back to the music.
Yeah.
Jimmy was something, a presence, a whirlwind, a walking red flag with cheekbones, and a leather jacket. Did he wear a leather jacket?
He had a vest.
Leather vest. Leather vest. He rode into Sally and Gillian's life like a dust storm of chaos, cologne, and unresolved Eastern European trauma.
Yo,
Did
European
any
trauma's no joke.
no joke. Did anyone ask him to stay? No. Did he leave anyway? Also no. Not even death could keep him down. I feel like I got too up here with it, and I need to bring it back down to somber.
Okay.
To say he was complicated would be generous. Jimmy was the kind of man who would give you a flower, then scream at the waiter for bringing the wrong tequila. He was a man of passion, a man of impulse, a man of somehow made cowboy hats into Euro trash work in the same outfit. And perhaps, most importantly, a man who did not understand the meaning of no, thank you. Yes, he kidnapped Gillian. Yes, he died. And yes, he died again. But let's not forget the legacy he left behind. A ghost that overstayed its welcome. A sheriff with a bad feeling. And a resurrection scene that scared a generation of witchy girls who just wanted to drink midnight margaritas and be left the fuck alone. But Jimmy was more than a bad boyfriend. He was a symbol, a cautionary tale, the embodied answer to the question, what if Dracula had a SoundCloud and unresolved anger issues? He taught us. Taught us that sometimes the spell you cast to bring love might summon some with a jawline and a vendetta.
Oh my
So
God.
tonight, as we light our candles and whisper our protection spells, let's take a moment to remember Jimmy. Not fondly, perhaps, but with awe, with confusion, with deep respect for the kind of man who could die twice and still leave behind emotionally damage, a cloud of smoke, and a scene sealing presence that no one asked for, but everyone remembers. Rest in power, Chaos Dracula. May the afterlife have tequila, strong women, and no second chances.
But he had a second chance. He fucked it up, and then Sally banged him over the head with a frying pan. Oh my God, my face hurts from laughing.
Oh man!
Oh man! Oh mans.
Oh man's.
Holy shit. Oh man. All right. So those are most of the main players, right? But
Yeah.
now we're gonna do a little bit of a lightning round, and we're gonna roast some of the minor characters. Pew pew pew. Yeah. So let's talk about them PTA moms. They collectively have the energy of a Target sale aisle fight.
Oh my god.
That Belladonna plant, honestly the most productive character in the whole story. She's booked and busy. The town sheriff, so Gary? Does less investigating than a drunk girl looking for an Uber. I don't know.
Just wandering aimlessly.
Yeah. The characters, if they had Instagram handles.
Okay.
Sally would be at Clean Girl Witch.
At I don't believe in magic.
At Witch in Denial.
At at afraid of beetles. At afraid of bikes and Tour de France.
At, well, Widow is me.
Oh. That's her MySpace.
What her MySpace handle? How about Gillian? At Red Flags Are My Love Language.
Ooh. At Yeehaw Dracula. Or no,
At-
that's Jimmy, I guess.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah. At I just got this snake tattoo.
At 90s belly chain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
At flight risk.
I just wanted a jelly donut.
Oh, man, you know how to land them on the sad ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's some more good
Yeah.
Gillian ones. What about Jimmy? Well, obviously at Transylvanian Chad, right?
Yeah. At that vampire energy.
At Devil of the Desert.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
At Throat Punch.
Throat Punch.
At Louis L'Amour fan club.
At shit, I'm dead now?
At I want you to be my wife.
At I think these pants are too tight.
Oh.
Oh, I got one. At where's my ring?
Here's my ring. I love that.
At I'm just frogs now. Oh wait. At I just frog now.
I just Jimmy. I just got on now.
I just got on now.
Mm.
Okay, so Francis at Wine and Hexes.
At Berkshire Babe.
Berkshire Babe. At is it too early for port?
Oh man, Franny's hard.
At the distinct smell of bullshit.
Ooh. At Get the Bird.
And then Jets would be at get the buck.
Yeah. They gotta go together. I
Let's
like the
see.
one you have here for Jet though.
Jet. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, Jet at oops, I did witchcraft again. Jet is at it was just an accident.
It was an accident. Perfect. Can't
And
top that.
and both the aunts would be at we at we did murder first, or we because they were doing murder before Sally and Gillian. It's probably hereditary at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. They're the murder hipsters.
They share a Facebook.
Yeah, just like they've probably shared men before. You think so?
Yeah.
What if Franny or Jet killed Ethan because she was with Ethan first, and then Franny stole, or Ethan left Jet for Franny, and then Jet's like, nah,
Oh,
you're not gonna leave me and go to Franny, so we're gonna make this look like an accident.
oh my God. What? What?
How about
Okay.
that plot twist story that we
I
got?
like
Okay,
it.
we're gonna write that fan fiction eventually.
There you go. What is the spell jar?
Okay, so in this next segment, we're dumping the dry petals and bringing in the chaos. Here are some practical magic spell jars, Trash Witch edition. Sassy, salty, and stuffed with magical dysfunction. So if
Oh,
you were to make a spell jar for each character, this is pretty much what would be in jars. So
okay.
Sally Owens she would have the avoidant attachment spell jar. In that jar are these following ingredients: one unread therapy brochure, a single rosemary sprig that she will overthink, dried tears from 1998,
Oh.
a lock of Gary's hair that she says she didn't keep, a tiny note that says, I'm fine, and she's not, and probably, I don't know, maybe the skin of one of Michael's green apples to keep in memory of him.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And maybe some hair of that black dog. I don't know. And maybe even a dead Deathwatch Beetle. I'm sure
That's what I was thinking too.
by this point she probably has it out for that Deathwatch Beetle. I wonder if she ever found the one that she was flipping those floorboards for in that
I
scene,
don't think so.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But either way, she uses this for summoning repression and canceling plans at the last second, and shake when in denial.
That's cute.
Yeah. So Gillian Owens, her spell jar is called the Red Flag Mag Jar.
Red flag magnet. A
Red flag
flagman.
mag. She's just the moth to that flame of red flags. So some of the ingredients in this spell jar are a matchbook from a sketchy bar, the sound of cowboy boots walking away, crushed birth control pills.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow. Chat GPT, that was savage. Lip gloss that doubles as holy water. And you can use this for attracting toxic men, then ghosting them spiritually and literally, and it explodes if exposed to commitment.
Cute.
Yeah. The Aunt Frances Franny spell jar is the Midnight Margarita mix. And some of these ingredients are tequila infused salt, a lime wedge that's seen some things, the smell of expensive perfume and fire hazard candles, gossip written in cursive on parchment,
Ooh.
and a legal disclaimer.
Okay.
So you can use this for summoning chaos with flair, but it's best enjoyed with chanting and zero supervision. Next we have the Aunt Jet dramatic exit jar, and the ingredients in this jar are a fainting couch sample swatch, one vintage lace glove, dried rose petals for aesthetic only, of course, her will, updated weekly, a sigh sealed in beeswax.
Like her will upon death. Got it. She updates her will.
Yep. And you can use this for passive aggressively fading into the background after dropping emotional bombs. Do not open if you're ready to cry.
Oh.
Then we have the Jimmy Angelov, the walking red flag jar. So on the opposite side of the spectrum, we had the Gillian Owens red flag magnet jar. Now Gillian's is the walking red flag jar.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So in his spell jar, the following ingredients would be a cursed cigarette butt, empty promises in the foreign accent, belladonna with a side of gaslighting, dust from a murder hole. What? A fake passport, probably expired. And if I were to add a couple more things into this, I would say maybe the skin of a frog or a toad, and maybe a couple pages of unread Louis L'Amour books, right?
Yeah. Some desert sand. or some
Ooh,
thorns.
snake skin,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hmm.
Maybe a dead scorpion or something.
Hmm.
Rattlesnake weed, right?
Rattlesnake weed.
There
Yes.
you go. Okay, so break this jar in the case of desperate decisions. It will summon regret in 30 seconds or less,
Uh,
but handle with gloves and therapy. Next we have the Gary Hallett jar, and this is the lawfully confused jar. And in this jar, you're gonna add a badge that Gary definitely doesn't use correctly. You're gonna use Sally's arrest warrant, crumpled lovingly. Also the letter that Sally wrote and he opened and folded back up about 1,000 times.
mhm.
You're gonna use some cowboy hat dust, a single man tier, a printout of the word destiny in Comic
Oh
Sans,
my God.
and probably the leaf that he caught from across the ocean when Sally sent that to him via air mail. And I don't know, maybe a horseshoe or something.
That's a big jar.
Yeah, that is a big jar. Yeah. So you want to use this in this case. So it's best for law-abiding cowboys trying to date witches who buried their exes or their sisters' exes in the backyard. It emits a soft, emotionally repressed hum.
Oh. That probably only he can hear, like the
Mm.
music that
Mhm.
swells when he's
I
called.
like that. I
Yeah.
like that. All right, so next we have the Maria Owens spell jar, and this is the Petty Witch Legacy jar. And in this jar, you're going to put a vial of generational trauma, a quill dipped in spite, a dried flower from a wedding that she hexed, a scroll that says "Men are canceled," the original curse in all caps, and maybe that hanging rope, right? Because Jet and Franny still have that laying around, so might as
Yeah.
well throw that into that jar and
Yeah.
shake it up. And this is good for cursing bloodlines for centuries with elegance and drama. And you want to store this next to a candlelit grudge.
I was gonna say 90s opulence. When you said elegance and drama, that's what I thought
Yeah,
of. 90s
90s
opulence.
opulence. All right, next we have the Kylie and Antonia jar. This is the future therapist jar. And in this jar, you're going to put one audiobook titled How to Be the Sane One, or How to Break Free from Generational Curses.
Yeah.
Um, a crystal charged by teenage angst. Enter Kat Dennings into the chat. A lavender vape, weirdly effective.
Ah!
Right? Like, vaping is so oddly Gen Z.
Yes.
A screenshot of Aunt Franny's midnight texts. I wonder what those say. And then trauma. Just trauma.
Just trauma.
Just trauma. And you want to use this, shake it gently for a reminder that the next generation is doing much better, but still haunted.
Love it.
Yeah. And then let's make a jar for the Owens house itself, because that house is a character in and of itself.
Hmm.
And this is the haunted B&B vibe jar. And some of the ingredients you want to add to this jar is dust from a floorboard that creaks on purpose, the ghost of a margarita past, or a midnight margarita past,
Mm.
a spoon that stirs itself out of spite, unread mail from 1867. I feel like all the mail goes there to die.
We don't
You
even
know?
know how their mail system works. I'm
I
still
don't think
confused.
I don't think they're reading their mail. I don't think they're reading anything that comes to the and then a scented candle labeled emotional instability, and then probably, Deathwatch Beetle or two. I don't know. To use this, you use this for summoning cozy chaos, intergenerational hexes, and brunch with the dead.
Oh, I like.
Yeah. So if somebody were to write a Yelp review of Maria's Curse, they would give it 1 out of 5 stars. And this would be this review is by every Owens descendant ever. And the title is Would Not Recommend, Still Cursed in 2025. So they write on Yelp, I understand heartbreak. I do. But this woman got dumped one time in the 1600s and decided no one in her family was ever allowed to feel love again without an accompanying corpse. Some of the pros of Maria's Curse: iconic wardrobe, built her own house with vibes, great bone structure, allegedly, and some of the cons: cast generational curses like she's Oprah handing out cars. And she didn't leave an off switch. Men die, but like, not the right ones.
Yeah.
And there's no refund policy, not even store credit. So, the bottom line: would have preferred a strongly worded letter or therapy, not centuries of spontaneous male death.
I like the question mark. Men die, but like not the right ones. Cute.
Yeah, like the curse couldn't have taken Jimmy,
It did, just not soon enough.
but they killed him though, like with their hands.
But who's to say the aunts didn't kill with their hands their husbands?
That's
We
true.
don't know.
We don't know much about their story, or if they were even married in the movie anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean they could have, and if our theory is correct, maybe Jet off poor Ethan. I feel like we've dragged a lot of our characters, but I don't think we've dragged any inanimate objects yet.
The house a little bit, but
The house a little bit.
This is something that actually has a reoccurring statement in the whole movie, right?
Right, yeah. So this little chaotic little tequila bottle that keeps appearing in Practical Magic, like it pays rent at the Owens
Hmm.
house,
Hmm.
right? It thinks it's got the right to be there. So
It's not paying rent. It's living in the basement.
it's the true villain of Practical Magic.
Yeah.
It's on the porch, it's in the basement,
Yeah.
it's at the table,
It's in the
it's
sink.
it's getting passed around everywhere. It's in the sink and then it comes back to life at the end of the film.
It's in the car.
It's everywhere. So this bottle has more screen time than half the PTA moms, and frankly, it's caused just as much damage, maybe even more. It shows up in the Midnight Margarita scene, the exorcism scene, Sally's emotional breakdown, and Gillian's "Oops, I brought home a possessive demon" phase.
Demon.
Coincidence? Yes! Coincidence? Absolutely not. This isn't just a bottle of tequila, it's a cursed artifact. It's the Owens family Horcrux.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At this point, it's less of a beverage and more of a plot device with a drinking problem. You know how most witches have a wand or a familiar? The Owens' magical tool of choice is apparently a $6 bottle of bottom shelf tequila. Hey,
$6.
that's still better than the powdered shit that we drank in in Boston. You just add your own tequila. So this bottle has been passed around more than Jillian's dating history.
Oh.
It's aged about as well as Jimmy Angelo's personality. And you know it's evil because it's always full no matter how many shots they take. And it's true. It like just keeps popping up and it's full no matter how much they drink out of it. And honestly, I don't think it ever left after the Midnight Margarita scene, even after they threw it in the sink and it crashed and it broke, right? I think it just hides in different rooms of the house waiting to ruin everyone's life
Mm.
when it's mostly convenient for it. And if you look closely, the label probably reads Cursed Agave, 80 proof and 100% emotional damage.
Oh.
It's the only bottle in history responsible for both a exorcism and a spontaneous dance party, sometimes at the same time. Some bonus alternate names for this tequila bottle. We can call this the emotional support agave, La Llorona Blanco,
Ooh.
the spirit of Jimmy, or the real curse, right? Or Casamigos of Chaos.
Ooh, I like that one. Because we
Yeah,
got the chaos.
it's actually called the
Diablo.
Diablo, right? The
Hmm.
devil, right? Because
Yeah.
literally devil of the desert. Oh, this says to make a midnight margarita elixir, it's 100% spirit possession, aged in grief, bottled in generational trauma. Warning, may cause dancing, bad decisions, and temporary resurrection.
Temporary.
So, are we ready to roast our favorite shop girls?
Yeah, go ahead.
Linda Bennett and Carla from the Verbena Apothecary shop.
Linda.
They are the spiritual gatekeepers of shade and subtle sabotage. The herb-slinging frenemies from Verbena. I don't think they're frenemies.
Yeah.
I think they have Sally's back. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. It says you thought Sally and Jillian had drama. These two are over here bottling judgment and passive aggression like it's their best-selling tincture.
I feel like they're so open-ended. We don't know anything about them, so this all 100% fact as far as I'm concerned.
Right. This could be gospel. So as far as Linda Bennett, Linda's the type of witch who will hand you a protection sachet and say, "This one's for your kind of energy."
Your kind of energy.
I like that. Her favorite spell is the cold shoulder.
Mm.
Linda owns 47 caftans, but zero boundaries.
What's a caftan?
I don't know. Is
Like
that
an Afghan?
like a pashmina, like a scarf?
Oh, okay, like a wrap.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know what the fuck a caftan is. What is a caftan? Oh, it's a dress.
Oh,
It's like one of those belted tunics.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a lot of girls wear them to cover their bathing suits in the summer.
Got
It's
it.
like yeah. So I guess she's got 47 of those.
You learned something new.
She says she doesn't believe in gossip, and then it follows with, "But Spirit told me." She wears a pentacle and a crucifix just to keep you guessing. Didn't we say she had on a star, like a pointed star necklace on?
Is she? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in another episode.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if that's a pentacle or a Star of David. I'm not sure what that was, but yeah, this says she wears both just to keep you guessing. And Linda once hexed her own sister for cutting her out of a Facebook group. I could see that. Didn't she say she heard her daughter crying all the way from across town?
She
So we
did.
know she's got some magical powers.
Yeah.
She runs the herb shop like it's a clique, not a coven. And she charges $15 for moon water that she definitely poured from the hose.
Oh, all right. I don't think Linda's that bad. I think Linda's a good one.
I think she has Sally's back all the way, but maybe she does this stuff to the PTA ladies who are not so nice. Maybe she
I think Linda's pretty even kill. Carla could go either way. Like I know Carla, both of them would be good to Sally. I know that. In their personal lives, my Carla card says little more chaotic.
If you're wearing porcupine quills to work as a hair accessory, I think, yeah, you might be a little chaos witch right there. So, speaking of Carla, Carla is the coworker who puts crystals in her bra, but no effort into the group project. She stirs her tea 3 times counterclockwise and still blames Mercury when she gets called out. Carla once tried to cleanse the shop by lighting a stick of Palo Santo in a diffuser.
Oh, poor
Oh
Carla.
God. I could see her trying to like cleanse the shop by like, I don't know, waving her porcupine quills around or something.
Lighting a cigarette and we're walking around there.
Yes. Well, I mean, it was the 90s. People smoked more back then, right?
Yep, inside, outside, didn't matter.
They were using cigarettes as their Palo Santo.
Mhm.
Her idea of shadow work is talking about other people's shadows.
Oh,
Carla will read your tarot, give you 78 red flags, and still say, but you do you, babe. She says she's an empath, but never remembers your name. And then she sells handmade incense and somehow still smells like tension. And she's wearing porcupine quills and talks about ritual disembowelment.
her hair, man, I can't get over it.
She looks like she got into a fight with her crimper.
It just looks fried to hell and back.
Bleach and crimping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we love those shop girls. We don't think that they have any ill will towards Sally. I think they have her back to the fullest degree. If they're casting any kind of like negative energy, it's gonna be toward the PTA biatches
Yeah.
who are a little passive aggressive and exclude Sally from everything. But I don't think they went as far as Gillian goes. Like they know the tea, but they're not going to the PTA dressed in their best snakeskin belly chain getup to ruffle feathers.
They're not stirring the pot. Nope.
They're not stirring the pot. They're just kind of like observing it from afar and then kind of like, putting their protection around Sally.
Yeah.
When she goes, protecting her energy when she goes into that space. I could see them doing that for Sally without Sally knowing about
it's a
it.
hard life.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they give bestie got your back, ride or die energy,
Yeah, I agree.
This says they stock 72 types of sage, but not 1 ounce of chill.
I
Irene
think
could have used
Linda
that.
is so chill. She's
Yeah.
chilling the fuck out in her bed eating bonbons when that call comes in. And she's like, what a fabulous affirmation. So chill,
True. Yeah. We're roasting Irene now.
We didn't even know her name
No.
for the first probably 10 episodes that we did. We're like, oh, is this? And then we connected it, but let's roast Irene. And this is the secret love spell shopper. So Irene showed up in the dead of night like it was a Walgreens drive-thru for forbidden romance. She did. What time do you think it was? Do we think it was a Friday? Girls aren't going to school? It's
I
going
don't know
11 o'clock.
because if we're going with the theory that the Midnight Margaritas was on a Friday night, and if that was their weekly ritual, I think this
Not a
was on
Friday.
I think this was on a weeknight. She probably went to a PTA meeting, but I'm just picturing her like going like the aunt's house is a pit stop on her way home from work.
I'm picturing that she was just at this guy's house, like peeping through the curtains, like his wife's home. I can't do it. I'm tired of waiting around. I need to do something now. Let me go grab the money out of my dead husband's ex-husband's jar. That'll pay for new husband's spell work. You know what I mean?
I think you're and I wonder whose husband that was in town.
I know we don't see him even floating around in the background.
No, we don't even know what happened with the spell. Was it successful?
Yeah, we don't know.
Right? She comes back around at the end, right, to help the PTA banish Jimmy, but like I'm wondering what happened with that spell.
She said she doesn't believe in magic, but believed enough to knock on a witch's back door holding a crumpled photo of somebody else's husband.
Shame.
Shame. Shame. Ma'am, you're not looking for a love spell. You're looking for a court summons.
Really?
Irene really said, can you help me destroy a family unit? Like she was ordering a latte. She came with pearls on her neck and desperation in her purse. Imagine being so bold you ask 2 300-year-old witches to help you with your affair and still think you're the victim. Do you think she paid the proper amount to those women?
I don't know. I don't even think they were counting. They're probably just like glad somebody was coming to their back door asking them for their services,
Yeah. She's the kind of woman who will hex your marriage, then call you unstable in front of your school board. Irene's idea of a spiritual awakening is finding a man who texts back, even if he's someone else's husband. She really did say, I don't believe in all this hocus pocus, then tried to manifest community, sanctioned adultery. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Her entire personality is PTA mom energy mixed with a pinch of 17th century witch trial enthusiasm. I feel like she would be a witch trial enthusiast, like somebody on the blaming side, on the right.
She's picking the side of the judges and the girls.
Exactly. She's on the accuser side for sure. This woman walks around like she's got rosemary growing out of somewhere we shouldn't mention, and a hotline to the Puritan hotline for morality. if Irene were to have a spell jar, what would be in her spell jar?
We're looking at the hair from someone else's brush. I thought that said bush. A lipstick stained cigarette filter. Ooh. Tears from a wedding she wasn't invited to. I'm also thinking like all of the different fabric swatches she's cut out of the bridesmaids' dresses that she's had to wear over the last 20 years. You know?
Oh my God, she's got that always a bridesmaid, never a bride trope curse.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
She's got a page rip from Cosmo 1997, Get Him Back issue, a cinnamon stick for sass, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's called the Homewrecker Hex.
The homewrecker hex.
Yeah, man.
She probably also, I could see her stealing engagement rings. Okay, we're gonna do some roasting of children.
Roast the babies.
Roast the bebes. AKA the baby witches of chaos and consequence.
Yeah.
All right, so first victim is Antonia. Antonia has eldest daughter. Okay, wait, hold on. This says eldest daughter with boundary issues, but I guess maybe this is going off the book or Sudbury.
Well, she's reading people's auras without their consent, so it could be.
Yeah. So this says Antonia has eldest daughter with boundary issues energy, and she's not even old enough to drive. You know, she learned Latin just to win arguments. So she looks like she's moments away from unionizing the neighborhood kids and hexing anyone who says no to her lemonade stand.
She would be the leader of the pack in
Yeah.
a kid gang.
Mm-hmm.
Razor scooter kid gang.
I can see that. Wait, are we talking to Antonia from the movie or the book?
I'm thinking the movie.
Yeah. Little Antonia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Antonia is one crystal ball away from becoming that girl in high school who reads tarot for $5 in a Mountain Dew.
Eating hot Cheetos.
Yo, I would read tarot for a Baja Blast.
$5?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. She's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I remember making bookmarks in
Mhm.
paint and selling them for $0.25. You know, you print them out and then you put tape on them and boom,
Yeah.
bookmark 25 cents.
I would steal rocks from people's landscaped lawns and then paint them as pet rocks, and then I would sell them back to the people I sold them from.
And put them in mailboxes.
And then I'd put them in mailboxes. Exactly.
Nice.
This girl saw her mom emotionally unravel and said, "Noted, I'll bottle it for later." She's already planning the Coven rebrand. It's called Owens and Daughters Hexing with Style. That was
Do
stupid.
you think she inherited Gillian's kimono?
Oh yeah, good point, probably.
Yeah.
The aunts had like a trunk of clothes from the girls when they were little, and they probably passed them on down to Kylie and Antonia for sure.
Just wearing that costume jewelry.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Kylie. So Kylie gives you "you'll miss me when I'm famous for banishing you" vibes. She's the kid who accidentally opens a portal to another realm while trying to do her homework and meet up with Billy Zane in another time and space.
Dude,
somewhere.
I'm getting so flip-flopped with these sisters.
I know. It's confusing because it's like different from medium
Why
to
did they do that?
I don't know. Yeah. Kylie said, "I'm psychic now," and everyone just had to deal with it. She will absolutely get expelled from school for levitating a boy who called her weird. And honestly, good for her. Or hexing him with the chicken pox, right? Yeah. That's definitely.
But
moving.
isn't Kylie in the movie kind of psychic-y? She can see Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. 100%. She's got a spell book hidden in her Lisa Frank folder and a vendetta against standardized testing.
The loudest fucking thing is trying to open a trapper keeper with the the Velcro.
The Velcro. Yo, did you watch that Lisa Frank documentary on Amazon?
No.
Amazon Prime?
How was it?
It's so unhinged.
Why?
Because it goes into like the history of Lisa Frank, and it was a real chick
Yeah.
who, started up this company, paid all these artists to like do the work for her, and then like she blew up and got famous off of it. But her husband was like pretty much like the brains behind the operation, and then she hired him before they were married, and then they got married, and then it was just like fucking unhinged drama, betrayal, and juicy. Go watch it.
I'm interested. This sounds like that Big Eyes artist woman.
A little bit, except in that movie, she was the victim, right? Her husband was stealing her work and passing it off as his own.
So you're saying everybody else is the victim and Lisa Frank is the
Yeah.
villain? Oh, juicy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think I think she declined to comment in that interview. I think her husband was a part of it. I don't think they're even together anymore. I think
my
they got
God.
divorced at some point, but like, yeah, it's pretty juicy. I don't even think I
God.
finished it. I gotta finish watching the last
Okay.
part. It's like 3 or 4 parts. It's pretty short, but yeah. It's pretty
Check
good.
it out.
And then lastly, Kylie, you think she's shy, but her imaginary friend is a Victorian ghost child who tells her secrets. Or Jimmy, right? Jimmy's pretty much her imaginary friend at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the only one, especially in Sudbury, where he's like, hi.
Yeah.
Like he's like kind of awkwardly nice at
Yeah.
first.
And she's just like, "Oh, hi."
Hey,
Hey, what's
what are you doing
up?
in my yard?
Right. Yeah. So then, as a team, the girls together they give off Sabrina and Wednesday Adams join a Girl Scout coven energy. They summoned a crowd of children to chant, witch, you're a bitch, like it was a playground flash mob. Cute. They're the only children who could host a seance, solve a murder, and still be home for dinner.
That's like a one of those kids books.
Uh-huh.
What's the like mystery kids book series? Nancy
Nancy
Drew?
Drew or the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then lastly, Kylie and Antonia are the reason we have curfews, salt circles, and no summoning during school hour signs at the local library. If these girls were to have their own spell jars, I think Kylie's would be glitter, a crow feather, angst. If you're going off the Kat Dennings version in
Mm,
Sudbury.
totally.
Song lyrics written in invisible ink. I could see her being sneaky like that, like
Yeah.
using
Yeah,
invisible ink,
yeah.
right? An entire attitude problem and one extremely cursed scrunchie.
She's giving me like the song lyrics written in invisible ink. Who is that young girl that just died? And she was like the Harriet the Spy. She's
Oh,
giving me
Michelle
Harriet the
Trachtenberg.
Spy. Yeah, like she's got the
R.I.P.
details
Yeah.
on all the town
Yep.
because she's just been keeping an eye out.
That used to be me when I was a kid. I used to just carry
Hmm.
around a journal and just like wait in my childhood tree. I used to go all the way to the top. It was like a crow's nest, and I could just like look out and see everything going on in the neighborhood down below. It's pretty cool.
That bathroom in that movie lives rent free in my head. Their bathroom had like a round sink and
Yeah,
like a never-ending paper towel thing.
that is weird.
I'm till this day, 35 years old.
And then Antonia's jar, she's got highlighter drenched Latin flashcards, ground up boundaries because she's tested them, a potion recipe improved with zero adult input, and a label that says "Do not open," but she opens it anyway.
She Hermione.
Yeah, I also could see like flour pancake batter.
Oh, that's cute.
She was like covered in it in that in that scene.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like had it
cute.
all over her face.
Like little dead bugs that
Yeah.
she found.
Yeah. So I really wanted to talk about that line where Kylie goes into Sally's bedroom when she's like all depressed and she's like saying, "Ma, you should see Antonia. She drives around with her mouse ears on, all liquored up." And for the longest time I was like, "She talking about a kid?"
The
What's she talking
aunts?
about?
Were the
Yeah.
aunts named Antonia?
Yeah. So Kylie really said, "Let me casually slander my toddler sister as if she's a Disney Channel burnout on a bender."
Oh shit.
That
Oh
is
no.
savage. I'm like, girl, she's 6. She can't reach the pedals or the tequila shelf, luckily.
All liquored up. You know
Right.
the aunts said that and she's just
She's repeating it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's definitely repeating things that she's hearing. And the way Kylie speaks about Antonia, you'd think she was a divorced 42-year-old mouse-themed cabaret dancer who got banned from the Olive Garden.
Where does the Olive Garden come in?
I don't
That's cute.
know.
Okay.
But like, are people performing at the Olive Garden?
Not to my knowledge.
Right. That's such a random thing to throw in there.
Maybe that's why she was thrown out.
she just she just started performing there.
Cabaret!
Do you want some meatballs with your pasta?
That's enough Parmesan.
Give me all the Parmesan.
Yeah.
All liquored up in her mouse ears? What kind of Chuck E. Cheese meets AA crossover are we dealing with here? Kylie's the kind of sister who'd see Antonia wearing a headband and sipping apple juice and be like, look at her. Tragic. Kids say funny shit like that too. Kids
What,
say,
didn't your kiddo say something about alopecia? And she was not old enough to know
she
what that word
did.
is.
Yeah. And like I had just met her too. Like I had just started like working for them. And she brings me downstairs to look at her dolls, and one of them is like bald, and I'm like, what's going on with that one? And she's like, I don't know, she's got alopecia or something. I was like, how do you even know what that is?
That's so funny.
How does she even know what that is? Oh man, my face hurts. Also, let's talk about the sheer drama of that sentence. All liquored up with her mouse ears. This isn't a sibling roast. This is a full-blown Southern Gothic witch burn.
I like that adjective, tragic. I like that, like, not stupendous. Know what you say?
Mm. Oh,
Sensational.
sensational.
Yeah.
It's just like short and like dry, right?
Dry.
So dry.
Not used often.
Right, yeah. Kylie said, I'm not just gonna call her out. I'm going to paint an entire scene of rodent-themed emotional chaos.
What if she had heard her sister say that? What kind of like would she have been very hurt by this, or has she been like,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah?
Yeah, yeah. She's raising her ya every day. Did you see that TikTok raise your ya?
No.
You raise your ya? It's a vocal teacher, and she's trying to like teach this girl how to like project her voice. So she's like,
Yeah.
raise your ya, and the girl
Okay.
tries to like follow her lead, and
Got
now
it.
everybody on TikTok is raising their yas.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, we started watching. I told you about The Gardener, that show. It's
Hmm.
like kind of like Dexter meets like I don't know, some gardening show.
Yeah. Beatrix Potter.
I forgot to tell you this bit of information. Okay, so you know how I told you he can't feel emotion, right?
Okay.
But there's one movie that makes him cry every time.
What?
Do you know what that movie is?
Give me a hint.
I don't have to.
Oh, I don't know. Steel Magnolias?
Titanic.
Wow. Okay. I love that.
Titanic. And it's the only movie that makes him cry and he's like supposed to be like void of all emotion.
That is so
That
funny.
that is the one movie that makes him cry. Yeah. So let's speculate on what Kylie probably meant when she was talking about this liquored up with her mouse ears scenario. If we're basing this off of Antonia, who was actually like, what, 6 or 7 at the time? She could have been
Hmm.
more than 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
So maybe this is what Kylie actually meant by Antonia wearing her mouse ears. This might have just been Antonia's overly confident Aries energy. But we do see her in the mouse ears when they go to see Sally at the shop, right?
Yeah, she wears them for sure.
Yeah, and then maybe when she says all liquored up, maybe she's just talking about like, a sugar high from a Capri Sun or something, you know?
Maybe the aunts let her drink out of their like port glasses. They pour the Capri Sun
Mm,
in like
yeah.
their fancy
Or
glasses.
like some Mondo or something like something else really 90. Do you remember
Sparkly.
Mondo?
No, I'm thinking of that Canada, that sparkly water. It had like Canada on the front. You know what
Canada Dry?
that? No. What's Mondo?
It's like, you remember those like squeeze bottles? There was like that like juice.
With the like, yeah, the top that you had to
Yeah,
twist off.
like a wax
Yes.
top. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Did
And
I
you
just
would always
unlock a
chew on them.
did I just unlock a memory for you?
You did. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe like a Mondo or a Capri Sun. Maybe
Mondo.
maybe that's what she's talking about when she means all liquored up. And then driving. Oh yeah, she says driving with her mouse drives around town with her mouse ears all liquored up. So like why is a 6-year-old driving? So maybe by that she just means, I don't know, bossing the other kids around at recess like she owns the playground or something. Or maybe like pretend driving. I don't know. Like kids play make believe all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to make sense of this line in my mind because it's so off the cuff, like out of left field, makes no sense. I like your theory though that she probably heard the ants talking some shit about somebody in town, and then Kylie thought it would be cute to just repeat it.
Oh, absolutely. I've done that. I think back to specific words I've learned. I'm not going to repeat them. And I'm like, you're a fucking loser. Like, why are you like this?
Oh my God, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I could see her doing that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next?
Let's see what's next on the docket.
The
Should we roast?
Deathwatch
Should we
Beetle.
roast the Deathwatch Beetle?
Oh Lord, aka the beetle that can't take a hint. The
Oh,
Deathwatch Beetle really said, I don't cause death. I just announce it loudly in your wall at 3 a.m.
yo,
Justina's awake. So
that would
she'll
drive me bananas. If I just it was be like the cricket, the quick. Oh my God, I can't talk. The cricket rave under my dishwasher at 3 in the morning.
He's not the angel of death. He's the group chat notification of death. You know you're annoying when even the witches are like, ugh, not him again. I
Oh
think
God.
witches have high standards of who they give their time to.
Yeah, definitely. They're good at drawing boundaries.
Mm.
You know?
He doesn't knock, he doesn't buzz, he clicks like an anxious metronome counting down to someone's last breath.
He's like, click, 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 click. You gonna die. Click, 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 click.
He's got like a top hat and like a monocle.
He's got tap shoes on. That's the click.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
The tap shoes.
This
How
beetle
about a
really.
triple time step, kid?
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
Honestly, the beetle isn't warning you that someone's going to die. He's threatening to make you lose sleep until someone dies.
That sounds more like it.
He's the insect equivalent of a toxic ex. Shows up uninvited, scratches around in your walls, won't stop until you break down crying.
Just leave me alone. Why won't you die?
He's the reason you get a door cam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cute. I'm looking at this Deathwatch Beetle dating profile. Buzz Killington.
Buzz Killington.
Buzz Killington is his name. Don't wear it out. Like, he probably shows up to like different relationships, like Beetlejuice, like
Oh,
ready to just like fuck shit up.
he's
Like Buzz Killington
disgusting.
at your service. Buzz Killington Esquire.
He's got that terrible voice.
What does he say? Nice fucking model.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. What a treasure.
Are we really roasting Michael? Known last name Owens?
His name in the book is Bailey, right?
Bailey. Got it.
Michael Bailey. But I mean, if we're going off of the book and how the book would say that all the men that the Owens women would marry, they would take the Owens last name, right?
It's Michael Owens.
Yeah, so he could be Michael Owens. Maybe he didn't. Maybe
I
he
feel
changed
like
it.
he is anti-toxic masculinity. I feel like he would be fully on board with like, you want me to take your last name? Sure, I don't give a shit.
You're probably right.
Absolutely.
I could see that.
Non-problematic.
I could see that. So Michael Owens, the man who died, how he lived, confused, in khakis, surrounded by apples.
In khakis.
That's so sad.
That
And
is sad.
his flannel shirts, right? So Michael really dodged 47 cyclists like a video game character with plot armor, only to get Thanos snapped by one rogue delivery truck 5 seconds later. Thanos snapped. Oh my god. Sir, you're out here bobbing and weaving like a Matrix extra and then get taken out by the produce truck from Final Destination 4.
Yo, they're coming out with another Final Destination.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
I can't do any more Final Destination shit.
I was behind 5 log
No.
trucks. There were
No.
2 in front of me and 3 in the other lane, and I'm like,
Full of logs.
full of logs.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude.
I will stay so far back away from those things.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Yeah. You know, Shania Twain's parents got taken out by a log truck?
No way.
I think it was a log truck.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, she was like an orphan, like really young. She had to
Wow.
raise her brothers and her, I don't know if she had one brother
Oh my
and a
God.
sister. Yeah, super, super sad.
Way to keep
But-
it light here on Magnolia
I'm
Street.
sorry. I'm sorry for bringing the vibes out. I mean, I don't know how up the vibes can be when you're talking about Michael's
Yeah.
death scene.
Michael. Yeah.
Still so sad. I mean, we try to make light of it here because it is kind of ridiculous how they kill him off in the film, though,
Yeah.
right? Like he escaped all that Tour de France by the skin of his teeth, and then he turns around and bam,
Bam.
Thanos snapped.
That's my new favorite thing.
Right? Oh man, my face hurts.
All right.
This man's last moments were smiling, relieved, apples, death.
Apples.
Apples.
Mr. Apples.
Mr. Apples. I'm sure he wants to throat punch somebody for
Mm-hmm.
eating an apple. Imagine waking up at 6 a.m. to buy fruit for your beautiful witch wife only to be turned into apple puree by the universe. Holy shit, that's
Damn.
savage. That is savage, Jet.
Oh my.
But yeah, he wasn't buying the fruit. I'm pretty sure he was selling the fruit. The man's death was so poetically timed. It could have been written by Nicholas Sparks' goth cousin.
That is one writer slash movie genre Clyde will not watch
Really?
or read. She's like, he's broken my heart too many times.
Oh, well, that is true. His books are really sad. Have you
Yeah.
ever you've seen Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore? That
Oh
shit?
yeah, I've
It's just
read
so
quite a few of his and yeah
Fucking
books.
depressing. Yeah, so sad. But I do love the that song. Remember that song she sang, "Only Hope," when she does like the talent show or whatever?
I
in that
like Mandy
movie?
Moore.
So I love that song. But yeah, his story, his books. Well, most of them have been adapted
into
to
movies.
screen by this point. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're all so sad. I agree. I agree with Clyde on that one. So Michael Owens, the only man in movie history to be both tragically romantic and accidentally slapstick within the same 30 seconds.
Oh,
Yo, ChatGPT came in swinging with the Michael roasts.
no. He really was only on the screen for about that long.
Yeah, really. Yeah, he didn't die because of the curse. He died because he paused in the middle of the role like he was in a rom-com montage. If he just, put a little pep in his step, he would have made it out of that unscathed. He saw that truck coming. He said, "Ah, yes, this must be the love spell manifesting."
We know from the book he knew
Uh-huh.
what he was getting into.
That is right.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, he knew what he was getting into, and he also heard the ticking of the Deathwatch Beetle, and he played it off like, "Nah, it's nothing. It's
Right.
fine."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then some bonus apple symbolism that we're absolutely twisting for the roast. Okay, so in folklore, apples symbolize temptation, knowledge, and falling from grace. And Michael really said all of the above at 40 miles per hour.
That truck was whipping through there. Do you think
How was it going that fast?
we going that fast?
And
There's
it was on the tail of the bicycle race.
yeah. Is he like the camera guy? Like trying
Right.
to keep up?
Yeah, like was this thing televised? And you think if they were having a bicycle race, the streets would be closed off or something,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Like why how did this truck manage to get through? And if it did sneak through, it probably wouldn't be going that fast. Like it just whipped around that corner like there was nothing blocking its path, right?
I'm gonna say this death and the one he experiences in the book is more believable
Hmm.
to me than some of the others.
Wait, which
The
death in the book? The one in the first book or the one in the last book? Because
That's
they're
true.
two
Which
different
one
deaths.
did he get? Didn't he get struck by lightning?
In Book of was it Book of Magic or was it yeah, Book of
Whatever that
Magic.
one was, that one's not that
Yeah.
believable.
I'm pretty sure Alice reiterated his death in Book of Magic, the last book,
Yeah.
because it was kind of like recapping like Gary died and or Michael died, then Gary died, and now
Hmm.
this Ian guy. So yeah, that he died two different ways within the span of four books. So what the hell? What the F, David Blaine?
What the F?
Make that one make sense. So Sally saw him in a vision surrounded by apples, and the universe said, "Bet."
I got you.
He brought Sally apples every day, and then he became one.
Oh.
He became applesauce on that ground.
Justine. Shame.
Oh man. From farm to fiance to fatality. And then what would be in Michael's spell jar?
Oh, me. Oh, so in Michael's spell jar, there would probably be a flannel button down, right? A piece of shattered windshield. Oh,
That
that's
is
kind of sad.
that
That's
is
dark.
so sad.
Yeah. A sticker from an organic Granny Smith company. Crushed pavement dreams. What is
These
this?
are these are well, ChatGPT got dark with
This
this.
last one, oh my, the sound of Sally screaming looped gently in minor key.
That's so fucked.
Dang, okay, this is getting out of hand. The purpose is for summoning tragic husbands, scenic trauma, and the exact moment a love spell goes way too literal.
Yeah, I would probably add like apple pits, right? Didn't we say those were used for like magic in
Oh, the seeds
our apple? Yeah, yeah, the
in
seeds.
the
Yeah,
yeah, the
in
center.
So maybe
Yeah,
some apple seeds, maybe a little bit of the hair of the dog, the black dog. I don't know what
he
else.
really wasn't in it that long.
No, he was
Yeah.
not. And maybe a Deathwatch Beetle. Because he ignored it. Maybe he
Yeah.
needed to actually see it to be like, all right, maybe I should take this seriously.
Oh, backwards baseball cap.
Backwards baseball cap. How can he fit that in a jar?
Well, how can he fit in, I don't
Crushed
know,
pavement
Sally
dreams.
screams?
Crushed pavement dreams.
Yeah.
As fun as this could be, this one got really dark. I don't know.
Well, let's lay Michael to rest. Justina is going to read us his obituary. The only way Magnolia Street podcast could, with a dramatic, over the top, magically charged obituary that honors his brief existence, his bike dodging reflexes, and the unfortunate encounter with destiny in disguise. Destiny disguised as a delivery truck.
Oh my goodness. As if this couldn't get any sadder. Cue the sad music. Michael Owens, beloved husband, Apple enthusiast, certified curse collateral. Oh my god. 1970 to something, 1998. So it is with dramatic irony and a deep sigh of magical inevitability that we announce the passing of Michael Owens, who died tragically on a beautiful morning that should have ended with cinnamon scones and gentle smooches, but instead ended with apples rolling into the gutter and a haunting violin swell. Michael was a man of quiet smiles, warm hugs, and the emotional availability of a rare endangered species. He lived for love, botany, and casual khaki wearing. He did not live long. On the morning of his demise, Michael heroically, dare we say supernaturally, avoided what experts have since described as a rogue 6 a.m. Tour de France through the heart of town. Eyewitnesses say he glided through spokes and spandex like a man blessed by the gods, only to be immediately annihilated by a truck delivering, in a cruel twist, the very apples he once brought his wife every morning. The fruit was a sign, the truck was the punchline, the curse, unconfirmed, but also definitely real.
I've never read, well, I can't say never. It's rare. I have read an obituary that says what the cause of death was.
Right,
I
yeah.
wish they did put that in because that's the only reason I'm reading them.
Yeah, exactly. But we know they never say them. I don't know why. I mean, I guess the death is the cause of death, putting that in an obituary. It always, people want to remain discreet because I guess if it was something that maybe they're embarrassed about
It
or
takes
like,
away from the life.
yeah, it does. But that's the first thing you want to know though. It's like,
Exactly.
how'd it happen?
Yeah,
Can it
for
happen to
sure.
me? Could happen to
Yeah,
you,
for
right?
sure.
Was this something, like super mundane, or was this like, did he go out in a blaze of glory? Like, what are we talking here?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. The only time you kind of like get an inkling of how it happened is like if somebody has been like battling a disease for a
Mm.
really long time and it's like the Lord finally called him home or something like that. And then you're like,
Mhm.
okay, they must have been sick for a while, like.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if something tragic like this, like it's very discreet. They never usually say what happened.
Hmm.
So here are just some quotes from those who knew Michael. This is from Aunt Frances, and this is even more interesting because in the movie we don't really hear about the aunt's relationship with him, right? Because
In the book, a little bit.
he's in and he's out,
Yeah.
right? So the Aunt Frances said he was perfect, which in this family is a red flag.
Couldn't stay.
That's what Aunt Frances said. And Sally Owens, his emotionally wrecked wife, said he brought me apples every day. And one of the cursed neighborhood children said, "Can I have his ghost bike?"
He
Had it.
wasn't on a bike.
Oh my god. These are off the rails. So he is survived by his wife, Sally Owens, who cursed the day the aunts cast the love spell, his two young daughters with severe trauma and burgeoning magical powers, several bruised apples, and a community that never figured out if the cause of the death was a truck or fate. Was
I'm
it
still.
accident or fate?
It was an accident. No, 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 it was fake.
Jetta, she insists it was an accident. In lieu of flowers, please send protective amulets, anti-curse charms, and notes of concern for anyone currently flirting with an Owens woman. And also, you might want to bring them some bug spray because the Deathwatch Beetle, that shit keeps ticking.
Nice.
Death is right around the corner, so
Nice.
want to nip that in the bud. Michael's body was lovingly buried in a respectful, non-magical location, we think, but his memory lives on every time someone side-eyes a fruit bowl or hears a delivery truck down the block and instinctively ducks. So rest in peace, sweet apple man. You were too soft for this world, literally.
Sweet apple man.
Sweet apple, Mr. Apples.
Mr. Apples.
So
Very
sad.
cute. Are we gonna take a break? And then when we come back, we're diving in to our very first episode. I'm cringing already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not going to actually play the whole episode through. We're just going to insert our commentary and kind of our reactions to that episode. So, there's going to be cuts and splices and stuff. So it's not going to be super long, but we are going to try to roast our first episode anyway. So, so stick around. And when we get back, we're going to jump right in. Hey, little witches, Justina here, calling all practical magic fans and music lovers. This summer solstice, get ready for something truly spellbinding from the Stinas. Christina and I started Magnolia Street podcast as a way to share our original music inspired by our favorite movie, Practical Magic. We've been hard at work in the recording studio for the past 2 years, brewing up our 5-song debut EP, Magnolia Street Volume 1.
At the house on Magnolia Street, would you go down to Magnolia Street when the wisteria wild? At the house of magic and mystery, so would you go down to Magnolia Street?
You want the inside scoop on our music and the stories behind each song? Join our Rose tier on Patreon for just $8 a month and dive into exclusive content from our songisodes. Plus, bonus content from our highly anticipated upcoming EP. On there, you'll find lyric sheets, original demos, behind-the-scenes videos from the studio, blog posts, production notes, and more. Don't miss out on the magic. Keep up to date with us on our Instagram at Magnolia Street Podcast for all of our music news and be a part of our musical journey. The Stinas are bringing practical magic to life, one song at a time, right here on Magnolia Street.
You didn't go down to Magnolia Street.
So experience the magic this summer solstice. The Stinas are bringing you their practical magic-inspired debut EP, Welcome to the Neighborhood from the Magnolia Street Sessions Volume 1. It's all streaming platforms Friday, June 20th. See you then! Hey, we're the Stinas, and you're listening to Magnolia Street Podcast.
Okay, so this episode we debuted October 31st, 2022. And we didn't think we would be able to talk for an hour, and our first episode was an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're like, what are we going to talk about?
Right.
Little did we know we don't know how to
Shut the
shut the
fuck
fuck
up.
up. So here we are, 3 seasons later, still talking for 5+ hours at a time. There's no sign of stopping from here. So, okay.
All right. Oh
We-
God.
Are we ready to dive into this episode?
I'm ready to be annoyed by my own voice.
All right.
Ready, go.
All right, everybody, here we go. We're gonna commentary on our first episode ever. Episode 1, Welcome to Magnolia Street, Meet the Stinas, from October 31st, 2022. This is an hour and 26 minutes long, but we're gonna edit this down just to, stay with our commentary. So here's the episode description. Meet the Stinas. Get to know your hosts, Christina Babich, parentheses bad bitch, and Justina Carubia as they take you down the rabbit hole and discuss all things cowboy. We mean practical magic. Get out your can of demon whispers and cozy on up as we take a trip down memory lane. We'll discuss our earliest memories of practical magic and chat about how it has shaped our lives throughout the years. We'll also chat about blog parties, and no, Justina is not French. Get to know us and our gang of familiars as we daydream about what characters we want to be and oogle over our favorite parts of the movie. We'll also give you a little backstory about how this podcast came to be and the conceptual musical project that started it all. Now, I think that's pretty clear that, we're going to be talking about, we're setting the stage. We're talking about other stuff.
We're fanning
Besides-
our flame a little bit because we
Yeah.
did a lot of work to get this going.
Exactly. So I think people want to know the backstory on that,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like I said, you can't just jump into the deep end. You got to set this. Christina
your
knows
floaties
and
on.
she knows I need context. You got to give
Yes.
people context. Otherwise, they're going to be like, well, I don't get it.
I don't get, who are you? Why does this make no sense at all to me?
Right. And then you're going to have more people being like, this makes no sense.
It's going to be so confusing. Oh my God. 2 Christinas and 2 Justinas. It's the Stinas squared.
How are we going to do this so people don't get confused? Like, who's talking when? Like, is it our present day
We're gonna just have
Stina?
to pause it.
Okay.
No.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to say pause and then unpause or something.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm pressing play.
Okay.
Our old intro.
Chug, 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 chug.
It's so bare bones.
Well, clean. It's out of tune.
Everything I play is out of tune.
It's part of a bigger, grander
It's like
scheme
so
of
tin
concept
canny.
music for practical.
Am I on
We'll get into
speed?
those in a- It's crazy that like we didn't even debut the song-episodes yet at this point, but we're so excited for like all the stuff that's to come. And now look,
Yeah.
3 seasons later, we have fully produced music ready to release.
It touches the heart in a
That
very
blows my
special
mind.
way. Yeah.
That's crazy that we were able to pull that off or manifest that if you want to be a little more witchy about it. But
I would not have had the gumption by myself. It was a fever dream. Like, hey, this will be fun. Let's do this together. It'll be fun to make some music because we were told to collab, and then it finally came to fruition. Now look at it.
we're the dream team supreme.
Supreme.
I'm restarting. Okay, I'm starting it now.
How about those emoji movie scenes in our cryptic grid posts?
Dude, your
How about
emojis
those cubs?
are on point.
And
should
then
bring
it
those
just kinda, like,
back.
snowballed from
Did we
there.
have a script for this?
No, I don't think so. I think
A
we
lot
just
of emojis
we
for a
raw-dogged
movie
this.
scene.
Session with this movie.
We are quite upset.
Within the
Fantastic. I'm so
first
glad I
3
found you.
minutes,
And
I
you found
say
me.
we're gonna
To introduce
babble.
ourselves, my name is Christina. I also go by Seka in the magical circle. Seka is
Don't
like
do
a
that
term
anymore.
of endearment. And you can find me on Instagram under Seka Artistry and under Broom Closet
Not
Artistry
anymore.
if you are interested
Yeah,
in
that's
seeing
right.
some books.
I'm gonna say it. Okay, we're at how many minutes in? 3?
We're like 3
We're
minutes
not that bad.
in. No, we're
not
not
that
starting
bad.
off anyway.
I'm Justina. I'm from New Jersey. I have 2 crazy cats and a husband. Who knows? He's second tier to those assholes. But
Still is.
you guys might already know me.
Dragging
by
Avi
my,
through the mud
name,
right
Bohemian
away.
Magic Studios.
I
on
feel like we're
Instagram
always
and my
dragging our
YouTube
husbands
channel.
through the
You
mud.
guys probably
I have to say, I have not made one YouTube video since we started this podcast.
Yo, I don't think I have either.
Because
We
it
have. We
well,
have.
oh,
Not for our
together.
personal ones. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but for Bohemian Magic, I don't think I've touched that since we started. Because like the podcast is just boom, 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 boom. Like,
It's
I
okay,
don't
man.
we don't
Yeah.
have time for anything else. It's
But
crazy.
You have told me that you have content on your phone that just has not been edited together. You
I have
have
a
stuff, but
million
it's just time
videos.
consuming.
I know I have so many things to edit that will probably never see the light of day.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work.
You're 4'11". You haven't aged a day, so you sold
Because
your soul to
height
somebody.
makes a
You'll
difference.
have to tell us your secret later
I might have
on.
gotten shorter since then.
I've put music on the back burner
Y'all need to
since
check out Stilladora's
2014, and
Spotify.
I was
Fucking
approaching
lit.
30.
It's probably got like 20, well, probably like 2 monthly listeners. One
I
is
don't
me
think that's.
and one is Ami.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So once I started turning 30, I was like, I need to find the
I
deeper
started
meaning
to
of
turn
life.
30, but
Like, I got super Sagittarius.
I never
about
turned
it.
30.
We're being so respectful of our
So,
past
with
selves,
it,
just letting us
I
talk.
kind
I
of
know. This is
came
like a
out of the
therapy
broom
session.
closet unofficially because I started my YouTube
I'm a
channel.
really
I never
bad
really
active
like had this
listener.
grandiose
I have to
like
cut out my
I'm a
mm-hms
witch
and
like
ahs
Sally does in the
a
movie.
lot.
Kind of was like a nice little shield for a little bit, and I'm sure you
Mm-hmm.
Sega YouTube.
Want to put out there that we don't really know a whole lot about each other.
No,
We
And we'll
do
get to that
now.
too. So this
We
project
do.
is going to be like
Christina, I think now we know too much about each other.
Bowel movements, menstrual cycles, hemorrhoids,
Everything. We
everything.
know it all.
took off as fast as it did.
yeah, because I'm also a Virgo
Yeah,
ascendant. And
me
You
too.
guys see our notes.
Yep, I am a Gemini sun, a
I'm
Aquarius
like, let's
moon,
talk
and
about
a
me.
Virgo rising. So this could be like a beautiful, beautiful relationship, or it's going to be complete chaos.
I mean, it is
But
chaos.
anyway, it's currently 5:03 p.m. on a Saturday, and
5:03 we recorded this?
On a
so
Saturday?
I'm touched.
Demon whispering, you know, the little carbonation.
Dance!
Yeah.
I wonder when our
can hear
first
it.
demon
Did you
was.
Right.
I would help him put up the 12-foot obnoxious skeleton.
Was that the
I
first
hate
year you had that?
No.
So
I hate that
as
thing though.
we-
So we had not met at this point, starting our very first episode, and it actually took us a whole other year to meet up in person.
Oh, wow.
Because
Did it
this was
really?
2022, and we met for the first time September 2023 when we recorded the first track.
That's true.
Yeah,
my
so a
gosh.
year later after this is when we first met in person.
I don't know if we even had like a phone call. Were we using Marco Polo right off the bat when we were using like starting our music? We were
Yeah.
Yeah.
In February 2022 is when we started writing the music.
Mm-hmm.
You had started Marcoing me.
Okay. All right. So you had
Yeah.
did you have Marco before or did I say, hey, get your
No.
ass on this? I need to talk to you?
Yeah. You sent me your first Marco. You sent me from a bathroom in a bar.
What?
Yeah. I was like, where are you?
What? How do you still have that?
I don't still have it, but like I remember the first Marco that you sent me, and you were in a bar, and I was like, where the fuck are you? It was like the middle of a day, the middle of like a weekday. I was at work, and I was like, where the hell?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. And then we started writing music, and then we Marco through that whole summer, and then like up until we started the podcast, like we were Marcoing ideas back and forth.
I'm trying to remember when you came to me and texted me like, hey, we should start a podcast. And I remember where I was. I just don't remember the day. And I just looked at it and I went, nope. And I put it down.
I'm pretty sure it was at the end of August or early September because we had promoted it and tried to generate some buzz like a whole month before we had launched. And we had to record a whole month's worth of episodes to get that ready for launch. So
We were scrambling.
Yeah, so I want to say maybe at the end of August, early September sometime is when we decided to do the podcast.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also had to get like an email set up and a Patreon set up and all of the back end stuff. ready to go.
Everything, artwork.
Profile for Spotify and
Yeah.
it was a Anchor at the time that we
Yeah.
were recording on.
This very first episode, yes, we recorded this with our phones. We didn't even have microphones yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go
So
for
that's
an
why
upgrade. Can we upgrade?
sounds a
Can we
little
just
thin.
talk about how cool the popcorn psychology microphones were?
they were really nice.
I want a new mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's jump back in here. So, yeah, this was like a whole year before we had actually met. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the first ever comment.
I'm pretty
of
sure
yours.
this was your first video.
Shot. She
Yeah,
says,
your
"Hi, I'm
volume
Becca.
sounds so much
My
lower.
journey-
Yeah.
My website.
Justina, XOXOXO.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
remember seeing
We think you're
that
so funny.
video, that first channel. I always like going back to the very beginning just to see where they started from
Mhm.
and kind of like
Probably the
bring
same with
them
our
along
show
with
for other
like
Yeah.
people.
following their
Yeah.
journey.
Yep.
And both European, like what are
Mhm.
you, Eastern European,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of
We're
like
two sides of the
Mediterranean
same coin.
kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
What
So
is your
I am
what is your
Sicilian.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm
Yeah.
right across the pond. Croatia's
Yep.
like right
Yep.
next door.
So we have a lot in
I was like,
common.
let me keep
Yeah.
interrupting you.
So, but like we didn't even
We gotta set up the
setting
backstory.
the
We gotta lay out the
stage.
lay of the land.
Okay.
I was so
We even say that we're setting up the backstory, and Mr.
Yeah.
Aaron Wilkins is like, okay, stop talking about yourself, just talk about practical magic.
I wonder how far they actually got in this episode.
Right? Did
It's
they
like,
listen? I wonder if they listened to the whole thing, because we do
yeah.
get to the practical magic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick, does this show like the chapters like our newer episodes
I
does?
don't think it does. I don't think it
Yeah.
started doing that until I guess whenever it became Spotify for podcasters and it did like a whole bunch of those updates.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that would have been very helpful. I wonder if
Yeah.
we can go back and edit and
We probably
manually
could. We probably could do that.
but we're not going to cave to our hater. Just listen to the episode.
I know, like you kind of want to get to know your hosts, right? Like you can't just like jump in the deep end. All right.
There are a lot of practical magic named podcasts out there.
I
and they're
haven't
all
looked
about
since.
magic in the mundane.
I'm not
They're
sure if
all
anyone else
very,
has started anything.
No. Yeah, we'll
Have
see.
you looked?
I have not looked lately, but I'm sure once the new movie comes out, people will start trying to get on the bandwagon with the podcast.
Y'all better watch yourselves.
Listen, there's only the Stinas, the one and only musically inspired practical. Listen, people can put their their own spin on the movie itself, but nobody's gonna do it like we do it.
120 episodes later.
Do you think anybody else can talk for 5+ hours about demons and
About snakes? Placentas?
placentas? Try it. Just try it.
Exorcisms? Yeah.
And you know,
Good
running
luck.
a podcast is not easy.
No.
You know what they say? If you're starting a podcast, they say that most podcasters that start up won't get past like the 8th episode.
Oh my
Or even
God.
or even the 5th. I forget what the number
Wow.
was. But like most people who start a podcast, they don't get past like the 5th episode.
That's a weird, like very small statistic, like a very low number.
Right.
I would think like 20 episodes, but no. It's
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
it's
lower.
lot less than that. Yeah, so people try it, but they don't realize how much work actually goes into this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you really have to love what you're talking about, and you really have to love a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, a thankless job. No,
Because
we do get thanked. Lots of people have thanked us, and it's super nice. We read some really nice comments in the last couple weeks
Mhm.
about people listening, like when they're recovering or going through a really hard time, and I'm like, God damn, that's amazing.
It is
So thank
amazing.
you.
But it is a lot of work. And you're right. We don't get paid for this, but we're here because we love it. And we love talking about this endlessly talking about this as we have for 3 years now and probably will continue for the foreseeable future. But yeah, it's just a lot of work. And if you're going to want to get in on the podcast thing, just be prepared because
It's rough.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
people who are over on our Patreon helping support us, that money has stayed in our little safety bank. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to things for the podcast, like the music, the extra money we needed for the strings or, postage. It's all
Yeah.
going back to you guys. We don't use it to pay our bills.
No, definitely not. So thank you guys for everybody who has supported us up to this point and continue to do so. So yeah, let's jump back in.
if I can put something on that just describes the scene, talks about the aesthetic, talks about the
Over
actors,
and
talks
over
about
and
the
over.
background
Right.
information, I'm like
You know how many times times a month I have to rewatch this movie to comb back through and like talk about references that we're talking about the week of? And
I don't do
also,
that.
I wanted to say, like how we were saying in this little segment here, we wanted something that we could sink our teeth into and listen to keep us immersed in the world of the Owens film. And I have to say, not in like a narcissistic, oh my God, we know everything, I like listening to myself kind of way, but I listen back to some of our episodes like a year down the line, like our older episodes, like I forgot half the shit we even talked about. So listening
Totally.
back
Yeah.
to them and like the research that we've done and refreshing my brain on those topics that we talked about, I listened back to some of our episodes under the lens, not through the lens of, oh, I'm listening back to ourselves. Like when I re-listen to old episodes, I feel like I'm listening to it coming at it from like an outsider's perspective. Like I feel like I'm listening to somebody else, not us.
It's a scholastic or a educational deep dive. Like if somebody's reading a book to you,
Yeah.
it's just the content that we have, just the
Yeah.
side stories. Like half of the stuff is the little trails that we take each other down or
Mhm.
the crazy, personal experiences we've had with whatever is going on. Like, and even Avi took us down some side trails in the one episode, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I do the same thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of which one. Like the gardening ones, I like to go back to and listen to those, and a lot of the herbal ones,
Mhm.
because that stuff, there's so much. It just
I
doesn't
know.
all stick right away.
I know. And like we said, we have podcast brains. Sometimes we record things, and then once we leave the session, it's like whoop, in one ear, out the other, like
Yes,
completely forgot what we even talked about.
exactly.
Sometimes I forget what we talked about until I go back into edit it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we had that conversation,
Yes.
you know?
How far are we into this? 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Have I said nobody listens to me?
No.
Okay, so maybe that's the tell. Like when we hear me be like, I don't really feel like I'm heard.
hmm
I wonder if I say that in this episode.
Oh, you might have, because I think we were kind of rehashing old traumas.
Okay.
But like I said, this episode is a therapy session,
I
basically.
don't even listen to myself apparently. So
Let me ask you this. Why did, in your mind, why? I know a podcast is a lot of work, but
Sidebar. I said, I know a podcast is a lot of work. At that time, I did not know how much was a lot of work.
right. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Oh my gosh. That was the fear is like we're gonna get in so deep and just not be able to keep up and then disappoint a lot of people,
Yeah.
but we did.
That is
And
still the
our
fear. Like, it is still hard to, like, from week to week, keep our head above water and keep that episode coming out every Friday on the dot, on the time, you know? It
yeah,
is a lot of work.
it's hard.
It
Yeah,
is
but thanks
hard.
for being with us this whole journey. And our
Yeah.
listeners are very flexible. They
Yeah.
understand mental health.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had to take some breaks, right? We've had to
Mhm.
take a few breaks, and our listeners are there whenever we come back, and they completely understand. Like, we're not robots, we're not machines. Like, we're only human, and sometimes you have to take that break, and that's okay. You know?
There's so many hours,
I know.
people are still catching up.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, we have like a good like library of episodes that if a new episode doesn't come out, there's still like so much they can go back and catch up on if they had to, you know?
And all the
why
extra
you're
content over on our Patreon, pay for 1 month
Mhm.
and just consume all of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can download all that material that we've put over there, right?
Despite being a Gemini, I don't.
Here it is.
and
Here
I
it
think
is.
maybe, I don't know. Let me know if you've had the same thing, but growing up, the way I grew up, you get it out fast, and
He
you're
made
seen
it
and not heard a lot of the
13
time.
minutes in.
So I'm like,
I wonder if he shut it off right after this.
then I thought about it. I was like, there are so many fandoms for Lord of the Rings, for Harry Potter, for
Yeah.
Game
Maybe
of
they
Thrones.
didn't
Like,
like
why
the Lord
can't
of
there
the
be a
Rings,
fandom for
like
practical magic?
us
And I
comparing
felt like,
practical
one
magic
yet.
to
There isn't
these
one.
other
But
big
we're in,
fandoms.
girl. But here's the thing. When I started my Bohemian Magic Studios page,
Yeah,
I made
boy,
it very
magic.
clear to people.
La
I am
boy
learning.
I have to say though, so shortly after this, I did read the rest of the series.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have to, we have to deep dive down those, book mentions like we do on every episode.
Yeah.
But I think I am due for a reread on all of them.
At least on the fourth book for sure, because
Book of Magic.
that one's not in there
Yeah.
real hard and heavy. But we had our book club for a little while, so that helps
That's right.
with reading Maria's story a lot.
That is right. Yeah. You know what we have to read though that I really want to do an episode on when
Hmm.
we went to see Alice at her book not signing
Yeah.
the panel she did with Hillary, The Invisible Hour, the book that she just came out with, and that is about Nathaniel Hawthorne, the relative of John Hathorne, who was Maria's baby daddy in Magic Lessons.
Mhm.
Real relative, real life historical figures. It's about his, I guess, was it his great grandson? I don't remember how they were related, but
Mm.
I like how Alice takes these real historical figures and then makes her own fictional spin on it.
Agreed. Yeah,
Right.
I do need to read that book.
Yeah, same. I haven't even touched it yet. It's sitting on my shelf here,
It's
but
pretty.
I know. On my list.
We'll do our research when we need to do our research about certain topics, and we'll deep dive when we get to those.
We'll make things
But
up
off the
sometimes.
bat,
We have
Little did Christina know that each topic individually would be a 5+ hour conversation.
I had no idea this is how you wanted to arrange it.
Neither
I thought
did
you
I.
wanted to talk like about the movie and the aesthetic and maybe the characters and whatever, but I didn't know we were gonna go this deep.
Like when we started this podcast, we didn't even have a figured out format. We kind of just we just went as we went along, and we kind of just figured out what felt natural to us. And the format that we landed on was not something that was premeditated. That was something that kind of just naturally evolved over time, like doing the book mentions and then doing the card pull and then doing the science and the lore and the magic and all of this and that. And, having movie theories and, all of that was it just kind of happened naturally. That wasn't really figured out before we jumped in here.
Right. So the first like magic and lore one we did was about the Deathwatch Beetle, and that had more like scientific stuff because I know we did the book versus film.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was the brooms, like broom lore. So we really started to, I think, find it in there, like how we wanted to gear our research and
Yeah.
really go down like the superstition, folklore, history, science,
Yeah.
Latin, that
Yeah.
I think it started getting a foothold around that time.
I think you're right.
We have said many other topics since then we have not added.
Right. I do like how we were able to do a whole like rabbit hole deep dive on rattlesnake weed, which wasn't even initially on our topics list. That was
Mhm.
something that was just like a quick mention in I think the first book. And we were able to just like completely spin off on that. And, so it's crazy
Right.
that topics that weren't even on the initial list have made it in, and we were able to really get some juicy content on.
My brain goes to Sybil of Cleve. Like,
That's right.
how random.
That is, yeah. All the portraits in the Owens house, but like
Yeah.
it's like all those little things like you don't notice that are in the background that I think deserve to be talked about, because it's like why would the set designers put that in the film? What's the
Agreed.
significance of it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really cool to discover all those little treasures, in the background that nobody else really pays much attention to.
Uh-huh.
of your dad got you a vinyl of your album.
Yeah,
What's your album called?
yeah, I'll do
I can't
that.
wait to get a vinyl of our
That was one of
stuff.
my first
I'm
musical
framing it.
projects I
I
ever
know.
released.
Is that
This past year, my
expensive to
dad
do?
actually got that
Yeah, a little
EP
bit.
pressed to vinyl. And I started trying to write a song from Kylie's perspective when she sees Jimmy outside of the window. I was
And you
18,
have one
I
now, right?
just-
That's right, we do. Man Under the Roses.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of like took off from there. We started an Evernote. We started ping-ponging ideas back and
Oh,
forth.
Remember Evernote? Fuck
The
Evernote.
bane. Oh my God, it was awful.
And
By
it-
the end, I think it started because it was kind of phasing out. Or
Yeah.
is it still a thing? Yeah, you have to pay now, but we were always losing things.
Yeah. And it was progressively getting worse from the time I told you to join it. Because before that, it was great. Like I
Mhm.
used Evernote for everything.
Yeah.
But by the time you had jumped on board, it started like you can only have like one device linked to an account. So like Christina had to keep switching between I guess your iPad and your computer.
Yeah, I was using Magnolia Street email and my personal email, and could only use like one on one device and the other on, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and then from then on, like shortly before, I think one random day, we both tried to log on to the Evernote because we started off our podcast using Evernote as our like to write our script
Note
and
sharing.
note sharing and all that stuff. And we were both, didn't it like prompt us both to like upgrade to create a new note at that point?
Yes. Yep.
Like-
No more new notes. Pay money, please.
Yeah, we couldn't even create any new notes. So we were like, all right, well, I guess we're gonna jump ship here. And then we ended up going over to OneNote on the Microsoft
Mhm.
account, right?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
been working for us for the past couple years now at this point, probably, right?
We had to have notes for this, at least an outline. There's no way we would have jumped in without a outline.
Yeah, we might have. We still have not done a song-a-sode for the first song we ever did for this project.
We haven't. Well, we need it to fit. You know, we try to do the seasonal thing. When Jimmy comes up, but it's kind of more towards spooky season.
That is true. Well, remember we did a whole season of Jimmy like last spooky season or the spooky season before that. And I'm surprised it never came up.
We did Devil of the Desert that year.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Jimmy will probably come back around at some
And
point.
then last year, what did we do this past year?
I don't think there was a theme. I think we just were just picking spooky topics. Like we did the cauldron, we did black cats, we did
The hat.
the
So we
hat.
didn't do a song-a-sode.
Not for the spooky season?
I guess not.
Yeah. Well, last spooky season, well, not last, but the one before that, we did Devil of Desert and we did All Hallows Eve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah.
did two. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, it's not really like, I don't know, it doesn't give like spooky vibes. It's more, it's like from Sally's perspective and
That's
kind
true.
of
It's
like,
more of a Sally anthem.
right, yeah. And her kind of like sticking up for her sister and having her sister's back. And she's
Mhm.
just kind of more like, not taunting Jimmy, but like, listen.
It's like when you go and key your sister's ex-boyfriend's car.
Exactly. And we also have, what the fuck? Baby Believe Me.
That's a good one too.
That is
Those
a
should
good
be
one
back
too.
to back.
Yeah.
Perspective, or like, how do you
Yeah.
write something like that? Because your husband is very loving,
Oh,
and
my
I'm
husband's
assuming
wonderful.
you've never been in that situation. But the
Um,
song is so good.
yeah.
I can't wait to share it with everyone.
I don't know. I guess it just
That
comes
was
with
very presumptuous
writing
of
so many
me.
songs for so many years.
This girl was pulling. She would do like 2 songs a day sometimes. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? You would finish these songs so fast, and they were all great. And we would
And I haven't written at that volume since.
That takes a lot out of you.
Oh my God. Like
busy.
that's all I was doing that whole month, that February and March of 2022. Like literally just like come home from work, get my guitar out, wake up in the morning, get my guitar out. I was on a mission. I was
That's
like, we
awesome.
have to get at least an album's worth of songs. And then like, it kind of teetered off a little bit, but we're still writing here and there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't at like that volume that month. Like you lit the spark and I was just engulfed in flames. I was like, Sagittarius, here we go. Where it's coming out.
Rocketing into the night. Yeah.
Exactly. I just blasted off,
You
as
did.
Christina likes to say.
sit down with one song apiece together and kind of go over. And I really had like minimal input. I would brain
That's not
dump
true.
into a song.
I guess
I've come to have a little
I'm
more
just really good
confidence
at
in the
making your
teamwork.
brain
We
make
kind of know
sense
how
and
each
fit
other
together
work
cohesively.
more
And
at
then
this
on top
point.
of that,
Our relationship started kind of
I'm
backwards.
very meticulous with
Yeah.
songwriting.
When we would
Right,
sit
right.
down and go
Yeah.
over a song, it was like, that word's not really that's
Now
fine,
look
but
at
it
me.
was not like whole rewrites of anything.
Christina has no problem now being like, that's trash.
Get rid of this. I hate this.
If you
I just re-listened to our summer solstice song-a-sode and the Marcos that we have going back and forth. I was pissing my pants. My face hurt from laughing. I was like, this is really fucking funny.
I'm gonna
Like,
have to listen.
The way that we wrote, that was the first song we ever wrote together in real time, like on Marco Polo. Like, I was
Oh.
sending you musical ideas and then you were at work and you were sending me back like memos and notes and stuff, and like we're arguing, but like it somehow like we worked together, we made it work, and like it's so comical how our brains function together.
You need a little friction to start a fire.
That is
That's all
true.
I'm gonna say.
A little Christina's like the air onto the flame, putting the oxygen on the flame, then I just explode, right?
you like
I'll have
what
to
you
go
hear
listen to
and
that.
want to support us, we'll let you know how. But we want to make this album a thing, like
Yeah.
a real thing.
It'll be a
There
thing
is.
About that
on the
more
solstice.
later on. Do we want to take a break here and come back shortly?
Yeah, let's take a break and we'll
I wonder
be
what's
right
gonna
back.
play. Do we still have ads?
Oh, it's just the stinger here.
Hey, we're the Stinas,
Hey.
and you're listening to Magnolia Street Podcast.
I wonder, do we even do our card pull at this point yet?
I think we do.
Did we?
We are back.
I have taken my cold medicine because I've had a cold
Oh,
for
that's
3
right. You were
weeks.
sick
Can't
like the whole
believe it's
first
been
3 months of
So
this
guys,
podcast.
here's the thing. We are trying to do this podcast whilst I've had this insane
Whilst
hacking
Whilst.
lung, and Mercury is in retrograde. And when you're hearing us, we are in the past.
we started
No,
this
we're in the
podcast in a
no, we're in the
Mercury
past. Listen,
retrograde,
it's
Yeah.
and we had
it's
no
worse.
issues.
By the time you guys
I mean,
probably
Not that we
around,
remember, I guess.
by
Right.
the time.
We both have jobs outside of this, and we
And
wanted
Christina
to make
goes
sure.
to bed at like 5 p.m.
No.
The other
Hours.
night I messaged you at like
I don't know
9:30
how
with
you do,
something.
and so I'll get up
I was like, I didn't even start dinner
o'clock
dinner
and
till
I'll hop
8.
on
I don't know what
video
I'm doing
before you, or I'll
awake. I'm
send
going
you
to bed
something
now.
a little bit, and how you
Wah, wah, wah,
found
wah,
it
wah.
and kind of helped get it off the ground, perhaps.
No, I had nothing to do
No.
with getting this
I thought you helped the Kickstarter.
Yes, bitch, you
Well,
did.
I supported the Kickstarter. I guess I did help get it off the ground.
You
I
sure
guess
did.
You had to
I guess
remind me
that's
that I
not-
supported the
And
Kickstarter.
then after that, we're gonna talk about like why we named the podcast what we did.
And you know, that's
and-
so crazy. Okay, so we used Joseph's deck from the very beginning, and
Mhm.
I had been such a fangirl of his for a couple years before we even started this podcast. And now it's so crazy. Like we're friends with him now. Like it's cool.
I
Like
know, it's cool. It's
right?
really neat. He's helped
That
us
is
with a few different like gifty things
yeah,
for people, and his stuff is just so beautifully done.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. He's awesome.
He's coming out with another one, right?
Yes, he's coming out with an actual full 78 card tarot deck.
Which he so generously gifted us, right?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal, sensational.
Phenomenal.
So I'm really
gonna-
excited about that.
That's so awesome. You're not doing that Kickstarter though, huh?
I didn't back the Kickstarter, but I saw
Why
it
would I
for sale
ask
for
that?
pre-order on his
don't know.
website, so I'm probably gonna
Sorry.
hop on there.
I'm gonna pop my LaCroix, my spicy water real quick.
Demon
You
whisper.
have
Listening-
that static
Listening back,
static
I
water.
know I'm being genuine,
My
but
demon
listening to
whispers.
me, I sound very disingenuous.
Really?
In my,
You think
yeah,
so?
to me.
Oh, I don't think so.
All right.
All right, so I'm
I can hear the
Do you
shuffling
guys
on my
hear it?
end.
Doesn't that sound luscious?
So
Doesn't that sound luscious?
Because we have
Mhm.
like 4 or 5 luscious bushes in my front yard, and
I keep saying luscious. Why do I keep saying luscious?
this does come with a beautifully illustrated.
I'm
guidebook,
biased, but I don't think this
and what I
episode's
really
that
love about
bad.
this deck is that it
It's
comes with
not.
prompts, so like little spells.
I know we
and
said
little
this was
different
gonna like
stuff
roast,
stuff
but
that you can do, and it also leaves you with
It's
a little
just
mantra
nostalgic.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
that
Yeah, but I mean, we friggin' beasted it though. Like, yeah, it was a huge undertaking, but like we took it very seriously and we went hard. And we're still going hard. Like,
yeah, I think with a little more grace, with a little more patience with each other and with our time and what we need personally.
yeah.
And until maybe like this past break that we took over the election year,
Yeah.
I was really like, this has to get out. I was like, we gotta do that, and I was like, listen, it's not that serious. Like, you gotta pull back and thank God for therapy because that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But it's really not that serious. It's supposed to be fun. It's engaging. We get to spend time together, learn something new,
Yeah.
and our listeners are just so good to us. So I'm not that worried about it anymore.
Yeah, if it stops being fun, then there's no point, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think the main thing is like keeping it fun. It should still be fun and we should still enjoy showing up, which we do. And I think it's because like we have adopted that mentality. Like, yeah, this isn't our main job. Like we're here because we want to be, you know?
Mhm.
So let's not put so much pressure on ourselves.
I think every now and then, in high school or whatever, they're like, do something you love and never work a day in your life. And I'm like, I don't really love it all that much. And I probably wasn't like shop class. I thought to myself, I love Practical Magic and Gilmore Girls, and that's it. And I don't think I can make a job out of that. Hey, look at us. Look at this. I did.
I mean, maybe one day we'll get paid and actually be able to pay our bills doing this.
Right.
That's the dream, right? But
Right.
but we don't have like the expectation of that. Like that's not the main reason that we're here.
Correct.
So, yeah, exactly.
And we're leaving it up to the listeners, to you guys as well, to kind of weigh in. We have a voice
Mhm.
message feature on
Remember
our
the voice
Koji
message feature?
link in our Instagram bio. So if you
I don't think
wanna
anybody's
leave
ever
us
used
a
that.
voice message, we'll also
People have sent us like voice messages on Instagram, and we have like Lori and Mallory who hit us up on the Wisteria Vine. And anytime that they have some feedback or input, we'll put one of their voice memos into the episode.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's nice that our listeners, they do like to weigh in on voice memo, and that's really cool to be able to put their little 2 cents into the episode.
Agreed. Yeah, I love all the stories that come in.
It's
it is
practical
very
magic.
practical. It's so
Practical
practical.
magic.
I am going to, because we're on the we're on Anchor on our
Yes,
phones, but we're
yes.
also looking at our OneNote notes, and I'm going to start listing our poll for each episode. So when we get to
That was a
down
long way to
laying
get
out
to that
like
point.
the big show notes that we're trying to do,
Yeah.
Went
those will
around
be
my elbow to
listed.
get to my ass on that one.
Oh, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I made lemon bread. I made it on my YouTube channel.
The worst bread I've ever made.
I'm
Sorry,
a
that
liar.
was really loud.
Yeah, if you guys want a recipe for lemon lavender, I think I put cranberries in it too. Bread.
Damn, girl.
We will list that in the show notes down below.
I threw
Let me make a
everything
note.
at that recipe, including the kitchen sink, and I should not have.
Less is more.
That's a prime example of me being a maximalist when I shouldn't have been. All right, so 36 minutes in, we get to the practical magic. That's not that out of an hour and a half episode, a half an hour in, that's not that like we did a half hour's worth of leading up and setting the stage for like how we started the podcast in the first
Yeah.
place. That's
We
really not
deserve a
that-
half hour to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Out of an hour and a half of an episode, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
We chose Magnolia Street, even though it's a very southern name. Are there even? There
Yeah.
must be Magnolias in New England.
Oh,
But-
there's magnolias in New Jersey.
Oh, sweet! I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
There's one.
I don't
on
think I've ever
February
Oh,
in
that's
Miami.
nice.
In the book, Magnolia.
Yeah, Magnolia Street was not the first song, or even close to one of the first songs that we wrote, right? It was
I don't
kind
think
of like
so.
we wrote.
I don't think we had
quite a
an
few before
alternative
we
name for the
started on that
show.
one. And then one night,
No, I think that I think I pitched that to you and you were like, yeah, I like that. And
Let's
then we
go.
just kind of ran with it. And then you were really hesitant about using your watercolor house piece as the image. And I was like, well, that says Magnolia Street. Like, that's the house. That's like where
Mhm.
all the things are going down at.
That's
And
true.
then you were like, yeah, okay, that's fine now.
I just didn't want it to be like, because you're an artist too.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to take center stage on the art thing, but
Well,
it
I was
works.
like, well, I'm writing the song, so you supply the visuals. So,
Cool.
you
Yeah.
know, so we tag team back again.
Yeah.
Catchy. It's super
Yeah.
catchy.
Yeah.
Can you just give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Had to take a coughing. I got the black lung. I think you did a fantastic job, and
We both
It's
did a
perfect.
fantastic
Like, why
job. It
didn't
was a
we cut that
collaboration,
out?
And that's the beauty of collaboration. And
I think 'cause it builds
songwriting.
up to the
Like,
Billy
we both
Zane
have our
thing.
individual
Oh,
ideas,
you're
but at
yeah,
the end of the
yeah,
day,
yeah.
One
Right.
superpower.
I just want to mention. So I'm talking about not having collaborated with anybody on this scale before, and that is true. But I also want to mention you're the first. I think you're the first chick that I've ever collaborated like songwriting with.
Oh my God.
anyway.
Thanks.
So it was really refreshing to work with somebody who shared a woman's perspective.
Oh, and I didn't try to gaslight you into
You
changing your
didn't?
mind.
Exactly. So I was like, this is really refreshing. I think I like this. Like, I was really I didn't come at this project jaded. I came at this project really excited. But you have to understand the bullshit that I went through
Yeah.
in like the songwriting industry, collaborating with men. It did make me very jaded for a really long time.
I'm sure your walls were up. You had some
Oh my-
shields. You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah, yeah.
happens.
And I still do. And like I still have to talk myself down like, okay, she's not the enemy. And get out of your own head. Don't be egotistical about this. Like you're partners. You're not opponents, you know?
We want
So
the
I
same
do have to
thing.
remind myself about that sometimes. 'Cause, yeah, like I was so jaded for so long about like I was like done with like I don't want guys telling me how to write my songs and like,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Oh,
So
gosh.
yeah, definitely had a little bit of walls up, but I did think it was very refreshing to come at this collaboration with another female who, you know, has been probably through the same experiences and has the same feminine experience through life, like of men just trying to gaslight and just not listening to your ideas, but trying to mansplain things and like, you know.
But
how
it's
it-
also like a sign of your trusting in me
Uh-huh.
because we didn't know each other well. You didn't know how I worked, and
not at all.
yeah, we were still trying to like tiptoe around each other and be
Yeah.
respectful. But
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, it's like we want to. This is something we wanted to share with other people, and I
Yes.
know my strengths, and they did not include the level of songwriting that you have and the vocals that you have. So like reaching out to you for that was a no-brainer. It was something about the podcast. I can't remember, but I appreciate you taking this on with me, like not knowing that we would kind of be together for a long, long time.
Right. And I appreciate you trusting your idea, your brainchild with me because I know it can be like really like nerve-wracking to come to somebody with an idea and then them taking it and then taking all the credit. Like, you know.
I didn't feel
So
you doing that.
that's
No.
my fear anyway of like bringing an idea to somebody else. I was like, well, what if, they take my idea and then they run with it and then they leave me in the dust,
Mm.
you know?
I didn't
So
think. Yeah. Well, I think we both have a good intuition, and I didn't feel you would do that. And if that's how it happened, then at least the music was out there as long as I could listen to it.
Like, guys, I'm so sorry. Please don't at me. Like, I was kind of embarrassed because like you said, like you love the story and you had friends who love the story and they kind of grow out of it. And
Yeah.
there are people in my life too that have done the same. And I'm like, shit, should I have grown out of it? Should I not be as into this?
Way.
And so it was partially like,
You
So
were
aggressive.
embarrassed.
yeah. So I
that's
was
my
embarrassed
first
about it.
like, fuck everybody else.
Hey,
Yeah, no, we should not have grown out of it because it shouldn't matter what we like. Other
That's
people
right.
can, they can F right off.
I would go over to her house. I had my own screen name on her AOL account, so I had to go to her house to have the internet.
Oh my
And-
god.
Dusty Rocks 2 was my
Dusty
screen.
Rocks on episode 1?
Dusty Rocks 2.
No, I mean, but on episode 1.
Yeah.
and so why
Why you fooling?
Why am I fooling? But in
Catch
like
me outside.
catch me outside.
Were we already saying that?
Like in like
I don't know.
2000 shout out
Cross the
to Anna.
petunias. Yeah,
Cross
Anna,
the
if you're listening.
Petunias.
Hey,
Yeah, what's up?
great
It's
job on the blogs.
It's Justina from La Bouée Magique.
Aaron might have a point.
So we collaborated.
Wait, what does Aaron say?
Aaron Winkler, whatever his name is, might have a point.
Oh, Aaron Winkler. Yeah. All we do is talk about ourselves. You know, it's really funny. Sometimes my family like will send me or like forward me something that has to do with practical magic. I think a couple people sent me the link to like the teaser for Practical Magic 2,
Like
right?
2 weeks late.
Like I'm like, do you not know that I run a Practical Magic podcast? Like I reported this when it first came out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're sending me
thank you
stuff
anyway.
like,
Mhm.
well, I mean, I like that, they're thoughtful that, it made them think of me to send me that, but I'm like, thank you, but I
Save
already
your
knew
time. I got this.
We're trying to do.
Oh, he's supportive. He's
That's
super
awesome.
supportive. Yeah, he's supportive in everything I do. Especially the whole little witch thing. I think it turns him. He could hear me right now. I think it turns him on.
Hey, Abby, hey.
Never mind. He walked in. He's like, huh?
Avi has
Walked right back out.
He's probably been the most supportive one out of everybody at this point,
Yes.
right? Like,
Absolutely.
not only with the music, like, yeah, he monetarily contributed to our musical
Big
project.
time.
And then also he drove us up there and he was like our Lee
Both times.
both
He did
times.
both times and just he contributed like in the studio with like sound in his ears
Yeah.
but he just had to sit there
Yeah.
for days.
He got us coffee. He did our coffee runs.
Did. Yeah.
He bought us margaritas after.
Those were really good.
Those were really good. So yeah, thank you, Avi, for being our number one supporter on this podcast. We really appreciate it. He does listen to some episodes from time to time, and I see him chuckling. We make him we make him laugh a little bit.
That's
And
good.
he's even been a special guest, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he has.
Sometimes he'll chime in. He'll come in from the hallway and add his two little
Like, what are
cents
you
on
guys
whatever.
talking about?
Yeah. Like, what'd you say the other day? You were like, Avi, have you heard of? Do you know who
Greg.
Old Greg is?
He comes wandering in.
Yeah, he's like, Old Greg. Oh no.
Well, I found
But you
him.
found him in the gutter.
Well, yeah, I found him as he was about to jump into a sewer, and I was like, "Don't do that! Come home with me."
Maybe he was part of like the Ninja Turtle clan. Like he was their
Might
caretaker. So you might have just messed up the ecosystem below.
I love that meme that came from this
Yeah.
with the
Him
Punky's
with his
Pizza.
backwards hat and his pizza.
Did I tell you, Bella? She made like I showed her the Punky's Pizza thing, and she actually had a pizza box because they used to get pizza like every Wednesday night. She took a pizza box and she made like little cardboard cutouts of Punky,
That's
and
cute.
she made a literal Punky's Pizza out of a pizza box.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that? She's so creative. Yep.
I actually made a whole video about how practical magic shaped my life, and it's going to be linked in the show notes below. And you can also see the time-lapse art for the watercolor.
Did you see that on our Spotify when we upload an episode, there's a question now
Yeah.
that we can link past episodes
Oh
to that episode? Did you see that?
no, is that new? That's a new feature.
I only saw it since Popcorn Psychology. And if you have a name in the description, I think if that person has done other stuff on Spotify, it'll be under guests.
Oh,
So you can
wow.
go in there and see your guests too.
That's
That's kind
really
of cool.
cool. I have not seen that yet. I'll have to check that out next time I upload an episode. That's
Yeah.
neat.
in the midst in talks, but
Yeah.
we'll save that for another time if it ever fleshes out. We
Yeah,
have so
dude.
much else on our plate right now.
I know we
We're-
wanted to do a tarot or oracle deck relating to the podcast. Not so much
Yes.
like, well, yeah, it will be obviously be practical magic themed, but I think it would be cool to put like the Magnolia Street podcast humor spin
Yes.
on it and have some of our like little inside jokes as cards as well.
Out there.
Nice.
So it will come to us. The answers will come in due time when they're ready, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like they have.
It's just done.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Like in Hocus Pocus.
You're like, what's his name? Billy
Yeah, Billy. I was-
Butcherson? What's his
I
name?
was gonna say Billy Zane.
That's the guy from Titanic.
Enter Billy Zane. And Billy Zane has entered the chat.
58 minutes, 45 seconds.
That's like, okay, this episode is almost over. So he kind of made his entrance a little later on in the episode, but it's crazy how that joke has been going strong since episode 1 and he keeps coming back around.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
He really is.
Yeah.
And I love that our listeners now message us with something with like Billy Zane and
I know. I know even our little action figures have a flag. I love Billy Zane flag.
Yep.
He was worth waiting for that almost full hour into our first episode.
Yeah, somebody even messaged us a while ago. They were like, "Good thing I listened to the first episode. Otherwise, I would have been completely lost on the Billy Zane thing."
Yeah, really. It's a shame that he does come in so late because, like, God, you have to get through all of our swamp water to get to him, but he's
Worth
there.
it. Worth it.
Yeah.
Keep all of this in.
This is staying
man.
in, by the way. This is staying
Billy
in.
Zane. Okay.
Your wheezing is so
Okay, so
funny.
I was probably in 6th grade. See, again, I don't know how old I was. I was in 6th grade.
Trauma.
And then it's weird, like 3 episodes later, I think it was like episode 4 or something. I forget what episode it was. We had come across the parking lot violinists and that were playing the Titanic theme.
3 episodes later?
I think it was 3.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was like episode 4 or 5 or something. Like the
Wow.
the
I'll have to
parking lot violinist came into play, and then that was weird. And then like the Titanic references and Billy Zane references just kept coming in,
Uh-huh.
right? So strange. And like, who even thought of Billy Zane like on the regular before that?
No one, not me.
And now he's in Tombstone. Who the fuck knew?
You go through the whole spell book together, and
That's
a grimoire.
right.
You guys made your own grimoire, which was adorable. So
We should
cool.
make our own
It must have been,
grimoire.
like, circa,
Okay.
like,
We have
2000,
content.
2001
That's what I'm saying.
or something like that. So
That
when we were
grimoire
getting into
holds up my
practical magic, we were
microphone.
like, we're gonna start a spell book. Like we were
I
teaching.
mean, we pretty much have made a grimoire. It's just audio grimoire, right?
And a digital one with all of our notes.
That's true. Yeah.
That is in a nutshell. I think the video is, I haven't looked at it in so long, but we want to make sure that you guys get what you came here for. We're going to talk some more about the movie.
Yeah, we will talk a lot
You
about
see,
this.
I'm like,
Just
I don't
wanted
want to
kinda
talk
set the
about
stage
myself
and
anymore.
Kind of give you guys a little.
I find it
stick
so
around.
funny
Yeah.
that the one thing that comment focused on was my Gemini
we're the
Oh,
and
on
not
your-
my hacking.
Uh,
You know?
yeah. I like how we're so nice to give our audience a break every 50 minutes.
Well, I think it's every half hour because we already had a break.
That's right. Yeah.
We were doing every 30
So-
minutes.
So like every 30 minutes we would give our audience a break. Yeah, that went out the window.
Yeah.
Now we're just like, you're going to sit here and listen to our research for 2 hours until the first break.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
Stinas, and you're listening to the Magnolia Street podcast.
But I mean, it's not like they can't pause it and return later, you know?
absolutely.
Yeah, this is just free therapy, man.
Just everybody be nice because I'm really sensitive.
Yeah,
You
Aaron,
didn't get
Mr.
there.
Aaron
The
Wilkins.
fire sign. I also have water in my charts, and I kind of like that it's a little bit of everything. It has a little
Because
bit of all
Justina's
of
a
those things,
maximalist.
and I really love.
And she
the
puts
whole
cranberry,
fun
lavender, and lemon
aspect
in her
of it.
cornbread.
She wants it all.
It's just like it's so romantic.
Yeah.
It just whisks you away.
I wished
right?
for you too.
I
Are
wished
you
for you
fucking
too.
kidding me?
By the
Oh,
way,
he knew what he was doing.
We wrote a song about that whole scenario.
Yes.
But we'll wait. But yeah, so romantic.
And that will be on our album coming out this
just the
summer
whole magical
solstice.
aspect of it, of just finding magic in the mundane.
Coming to a streaming
finding
platform
magic
near
in those
you.
little
Yeah.
things.
My mom started and finished this book. I can't remember the name. It's something about like the moss or some shit. I don't know. But the moral of the story is this book was about taking care of the land and how this woman talks to her plants and is empathetic with the earth and how she tends to it. And mom's explaining all of this to me and how she's really loving it and how it's brought her closer to her own property and whatever. I was like, Mom, that's witchcraft right there. Trying to tell you for 10 years, that's what I do. So the
Yeah.
next time somebody is bashing me, aka my older brother, go ahead and tell them you explain it how you explained it to me just now.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say.
I love that she's finding this out about herself and that you have to be the one to point that out, being like, Mom, you're a witch.
Ma, she's trying to do her own teas. I got her an elderberry bush for Christmas
Yeah,
so she can make her own elderberry syrup.
right.
My mom, you might be a witch.
Yeah. Like, remember I told you my mom used to say that I was demonic for practicing the tarot growing up, but now who comes to me asking for tarot readings all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
they come around in their own time, but you know, but we'll never forget.
We don't forgive either.
We don't forget.
I remembered what I was going to say earlier when you were talking about working together.
Uh-huh.
I, I've said multiple times on here, I don't like working in groups.
Me either.
And like I know you probably felt the same way, like you collabed better with men. That sounds like a pick me girl thing, but sometimes it's just the fucking way it is.
Right.
And it takes a special person, such as yourself, that as sister signs, we work so well together and we're coming up with some amazing things. And I just wanted to say, working with you, it's all right.
Yeah, it has its moments. But I don't think it was necessarily that I was better at collabing with men. I just think in that industry, the availability of collaborating with a woman is few and far between. There's not a lot of other women who, in my area anyway, who are songwriters and, are making themselves available for that collaboration. I think the industry pits women against each other a lot.
Mhm.
And the patriarchal system of it kind of always has women competing with one another rather than working together toward a common goal.
Totally.
So I think that this whole situation really enabled me to break free from that patriarchal view of collaboration in a musical sense in,
Awesome.
the music industry anyway. And it was really liberating. It was really
That's so
liberating
cool.
to be able to finally collaborate with another woman who, has gone through a lot of the similar experiences as me. So it was nice to finally break free from the patriarchal chains of the music industry.
I would not be trusting anybody else with this project.
Exactly. That's why I feel like when Plaid Dog came into play and like we had our producer Mike jump on board, we both had a kind of our reservations a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Our defenses were like, okay,
Yeah.
we have to give him because he hasn't seen the movie. He just knows music. He knows his ears. He doesn't know us from Adam and how
Right.
we work together.
Yeah.
So he was receptive about like, okay, we're not changing that. He did have opinions.
Yeah.
And sometimes those opinions came back around multiple times, but we were like, no. And he's like, okay.
We stuck to our guns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I've told you in the past, I would have caved and just been like, all right, I'll just do whatever you tell me. But this time we were pretty firm. We were like, no, this is how it was written. So this is how it's going to be produced.
Totally. Yeah, man.
I went to a vocational school, like a technical school there were a ton of different programs you can go through: carpentry, masonry, drafting, design, art is the one I took, but I would have loved to do the architecture one because I had already seen this movie and I was like, this is the most stunning thing I have
Have y'all
seen
seen
in my
Christina
life. I
Sims
really
mod?
all the lines, and I've drawn this house, I've painted this house.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
oh,
I don't know what it is
it's
about
awesome.
buildings.
watching them.
I'm on
I was
abandoned
like,
asylum
if I can
TikTok
build
these
this
days,
in
and
the West Coast,
they're just beautiful to me.
Yeah. Well, you're writing your book, so I'm sure whatever like you're creatively outputting is coming back to you, I guess, by what do they
Confirmation
call it?
bias.
Confirmation bias or
The muses are like, you need this. But I think
exactly.
I went to the Winchester Mystery House, and it's
Ooh.
haunted. Like it's
Yeah.
very haunted, but I didn't even think about that going through it. I was just looking at all the little fucking details of scroll work and craftsmanship. And we got outside, my friend and she's like, "Did you feel anything weird?" I think I felt something. I was like, I was not even paying attention to that, to be honest.
Right.
Wasn't even paying attention. And I think because like walls like that, like the asylums just hold so much energy, and
Mhm.
it really becomes a living, breathing thing because of the lives that have passed through it. Same with the Owens house. So that's how I feel about it.
Have you seen that movie, the Winchester movie?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh, that's such a good movie. I love anything that's like in the Victorian era.
Very spooky.
Very.
Like the plot, it's kind of hokey, but the end when you find out like his wife and all that stuff, like, what?
If you
Whoa.
like that movie, you would probably like, I think it's called The Woman in Black or The Lady in Black or something like
Mm,
that. I think Daniel Radcliffe is in it, I want to say. But it's so
sounds
good. It's like in a
familiar.
spooky old manor
Oh, I love
and
that so
very
much.
ghost story. Also, another good one, The Others with Nicole Kidman.
Yes, very, very
Very
beautiful.
good.
Mhm.
And then
If you haven't seen Session 9 yet, you got to
Session.
watch. That movie I've watched it a couple times, and the last time was this past year when I started writing my book. It was sticking in my brain. It
Yeah.
was spooky as fuck. It was filmed on location at the Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
Oh my God. Wait, so Session 9, is that about like a seance or something? Like what
No,
is
it's an asylum, and these guys they go in to like refurbish it, take out all the asbestos, all the bad stuff, and weird fucking shit is happening while they're working.
Yeah.
It's so spooky. Please watch
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna have to put that one on the list. And then also I think Hell House and Blythe Manor or something on Netflix.
Blythe Manor. Yeah, I
Did you
saw
watch
that one.
those?
Yeah.
Those also have that like old
House.
manor spooky vibe.
Yeah. I love
And
it.
in certain scenes you could see like figures in the background and it's like, "Oh my God,
I
skin
know.
chills." But yeah, all about all that stuff.
Session
Obsessed.
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sims is a like you're basically playing God. You can make yourself, you
You're
can make
playing
people
God.
in your life,
Playing
you can
Dad.
control every money will
Yo,
go. Like if this ever takes off, here's what we're gonna do. We're
Sims,
starting a Kickstarter.
if they ever made Sims in like a VR world, if you could do Sims in the VR game, that would be so freaking cool. To just be able
Yes.
to like literally walk through your own house that you make.
Yes.
How
I'd
cool
be
would that be?
tripping over everything.
Yeah. Sims, get on the VR thing because you would probably make a killing doing that,
Oh my
right?
The costuming and the
Victorian.
hair and
Oh,
everything.
yes.
So those are the
We will
things
get
that
to that. We will get to
turn.
all of it.
Yeah.
There's so much we
So
wanted
who
to
did
do.
you
We did
connect with the
both,
most?
didn't we?
Yeah,
The
we did.
fashion
Yeah,
and the
I
hair.
just wanted to be
And the
Sally.
house.
Yeah. And we see at the end of the movie, Gillian is in the garden.
Yeah. That's
She is
right. That's right. She's
like
domesticated.
she's domesticated.
She's
She's fully
domesticated.
content. And Justine went, I don't know, spoilers, lore, music, movie books, art, multimedia. I don't know, Mod Podge,
Everything.
radio.
I
Mod
just like
Podge.
ping ponged all those things right off the bat. I was like, it's gonna be a lot of different stuff, honestly. And also, since we have the musical songs
We
and
basically
the
Griffin
art
dunned our
and that whole
podcast.
aspect, I think
I like how we have done all of the things that we said we wanted to do.
Yeah, this was a manifestation episode.
It really was. Like we
Yeah.
did the music, we talked about like pretty much everything that we said we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think that's really impressive. And we said we wanted to get music recorded and here we are about to release our first EP. So like we manifested pretty much everything that we talked about on this episode. So that is crazy to me.
We make amazing things happen together. How we be doing that?
How do we be doing that?
at
I think this
least
is actually really good. We haven't given away too much, but
no, right.
this
From
podcast
this
is going
point
to have
on,
And then it just all went
many
downhill from here with the
We
spoilers.
are talking.
I think this is worth it because we're providing a wealth of information through many hours of our own
Call
extensive
now.
research to take notes on your favorite
Call
topics
Miss
that
Cleo for
probably
your
may
free
have never heard
reading.
deep
Never
dive
miss
And
it.
your
for.
wealth of
Yeah, it's not
information.
just going to be like help. So we hope to hear from you in some form, even if it's just a review. We really
Even if
appreciate
it's
you.
a hey, you suck, at least we know we're being listened to.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, you listen to
Okay.
us for at least.
Mr. Aaron Wilkins probably listened to the end and then he was like, "All right, well they said I can
That's true. We
they
did
said I
say.
can tell them that they suck, so that's what I'm going to do."
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
maybe he did listen this far.
Would you go down to Magnolia Street?
I remember, did we have a ends blooper?
I don't think on the first one. Maybe.
No.
Magic and mystery, so would you go down to Magnolia Street?
Yeah, maybe not.
There it is.
All right. There it is.
Well,
That is
shit.
it.
Thank you for joining us on our look back at episode 1, which really was not that bad.
It
It's-
wasn't really a roast.
in the middle. I got a little gabby, and I'm like, let's keep going here, guys. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it was more of a trip down memory lane, and it's really cool to see how much we've grown since that first episode, and also how much we've actually manifested since that first
How
episode.
much we've learned about everything and each other.
Each other,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
That is so crazy. Like, we really did make a lot of magic in the past 3 years, like doing this. Like, we did everything that we set out to do. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us too. Backpack.
Yeah,
We need another episode where we talk about what we're going to manifest, what we want to happen in the next year, 2
I
years.
like that.
Yeah.
Maybe at the start of season 4, we could do that.
Okay.
Or that could even be the season finale of season 3.
I like season finale because that kind of gets us in, thinking about New Year's and all that stuff.
Right.
So our goal.
So there you have it, folks. Everyone's feelings are hurt. I hope you guys enjoyed that roasting of our first episode. Everyone's feelings are hurt. Dignity has been buried under the rosemary bush, and somehow we still love all these magical disasters more than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, if roasting is a love language, then call us fluent, like not in French, but definitely in roasting, because honestly, it's the imperfections that makes the Owens family, and honestly, they're our favorite family here on Magnolia Street. It's what makes them so special.
I mean, would you really trust a witch who's got it all perfectly together?
No, ma'am.
Absolutely not. Show me a little chaos, right? Show me a little trash witch energy. Show me some spell jars that accidentally catch fire, right? That's my kind of coven.
That's right. One of my first spells, that happened, and we put it out with a Diet Coke. Remember that?
That is so trash witch. I told you, me and Avi almost burnt our house down on New Year's Eve with our bay leaf burning ritual.
Yep. It happens, y'all. It happens. Let's be real. If you can't laugh at yourself, especially when you accidentally summon your dead ex-boyfriend's spirit at brunch, are you even living?
Honestly, we're just two witches standing in front of a podcast audience asking you to love us, even though we just spend an hour talking mad trash about fictional people and ourselves.
And
So-
ourselves, right?
And
Don't
ourselves.
forget the important footnote. We dragged ourselves harder than Sally and Gillian dragged Jimmy's body across that damn living room and into the dining room and halfway across Jersey, right?
That's right. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today on Magnolia Street. We really hope you guys did enjoy this episode. We hope it wasn't too cheese, because like some of these roasts, let's be honest, some of these roasts were not that good. I'm sure we could have done better if we actually like took more time with this. We did kind of trash witch slapdash this episode together to get this out on time. But hopefully we could do this again in the future. This was fun. And also once movie 2 comes out, we'll have even more to roast.
Even more. This was a birthday gift to me, to be
Right.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just wanted to have a little fun, keep it light. If you guys do want to support the podcast on Patreon, you can support us for as little as $1 a month. That's our seedling tier, and that gets you access to our patron-only polls where you get to weigh in on what topics you would like us to talk about next. It also gets you our monthly calendar so you can see what topics we have coming up for the month, and it also gets you a welcome shout out on the show. Our $3 Lavender Bud tier gets you our show notes for each episode in an aesthetically pleasing PDF, our after hours posts, if there's any extra tidbits or behind the scenes info pertaining to any of our episodes, we'll post those along with a blog post or extra photos, and access to our specially curated Spotify playlists. We have created playlists for our WMSR episodes as well as Production Dream playlists for each song episode, and more. Our $5 Lilac tier gets you access to our private Facebook community where we host a monthly live stream. Plus, you'll get access to our Discord server where we host our monthly watch parties. And also on the Discord, you can join in on the discussion with other Magnolia Street neighbors via the various interesting channels and threads. And then here's the $8 Rose tier. This gets you access to extra audio visual content such as a once a month full-length video episode, unlimited bonus videos, uncut footage, cutting room floor footage, bloopers, outtakes, meditations, exclusive interviews, and old home videos from the vault, or spell or ritual videos, and more. It also gets you bonus content to coincide with our song-episodes, such as full-length demo streams of our original Practical Magic inspired music, plus lyric sheets, guitar chords, and original scratch demos, or bonus video performances of our songs and more. Lastly, we have our $15 Wisteria Vine tier. Just like a twisting Wisteria Vine, there's a way for you to stay connected with us, the Stinas. In this tier, we we invite you to join our private Marco Polo video messaging app. The app is totally free for both Android and iOS. Sign up with your phone number or email, and we will help you do the rest. This is a great way to chat with each other in a more intimate group setting, face-to-face via video recording. We love to show each other our pets, our gardens, or anything else you'd like to share. And just a reminder that the higher the tier you sign up under, the more rewards you get, because you get all of the rewards of the tiers below it. You can upgrade or downgrade or even cancel at any time. So to support the podcast, head to patreon.com/Magnolia Street Podcast.
Yeah, and there are additional ways to support us and our podcast that don't cost you any money. If you do listen on Spotify, please give us a star rating. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, please give us a written review. We love sharing those on our Instagram. And if you're on Instagram, we would really appreciate any reposts or blurbs about our podcast. And make sure to tag us at Magnolia Street Podcast in your feed, posts, stories, and share us with your practical magic loving friends.
So thank you for hanging out with us today. If you guys like this episode, make sure you're subscribed. Leave us a review. If you're on Spotify, leave us a star rating, and maybe tag us on Instagram with who you guys think got roasted the hardest in today's episode. And if we missed any characters, who would you guys like to see roasted next?
Right. We don't mind a roast. At least give us 5 stars. Like, you can comment whatever the hell you want. Just give us some 5 stars. We welcome constructive criticism. We know that first episode is rough, but like we said, those of you who stuck with us, thank you. And you are in on all of the goodies from the very beginning. So, thank you for sending your love to us in the ways that you have. We'll add all of the roast to our book of shadows right under the humble pie recipes, right?
I like that. Like a good recipe.
State Farm is there.
I was gonna say that, and I was like, wait, that's not the line, but it just went perfectly. So until next time, witches, stay wild, stay whimsical, and for the love of Maria Owens, maybe don't date anyone who smells like tequila and regret.
Bye.
Well, with that said, I'm Justina.
I'm Christina.
And we'll see you next time.
At the house on Magnolia Street, would you